Stop in today and see and smell the difference.
I don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while the option. Taking no else, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change, yeah.
Good evening and welcome to the factory in St. Louis, Missouri. Give it up if you're in the building, everybody. I'm Chris Denman. This is Jordan Downey, Lance DeClue. We're going to be doing commentary all night long. All kinds of great staff made this happen tonight. We're so excited to be out here for the first time for NFA19. Huge main event. Let's get right into it. Dakota Bush versus late badass replacement Scotty Stockman. Let's throw it to Jordan Downey. Tell us all about the main event and why everybody should be excited to watch not only live here in person, but also pay-per-view, NFAfights.com. Jordan, what do we got?
Well, I think you should always be excited to see Dakota Bush, especially since locally this might be the last time. A lot of us think he should already have moved up. He's coming off an impressive win the last time against a guy that was on a really good streak. He put him away in the first round. Dakota always brings a good show. good energy, trains hard, true professional. I'm excited to see that one. Anything you want to add to that one? Al?
Lance DeClue, you put the matches together. What excites you about this fight, especially with the last-minute replacement with such a tough opponent?
Well, Jordan kind of touched it. This could be Dakota's last time. Every fight could be his last time fighting in a regional promotion. We're shocked he hasn't been called up. He's on a 5-fight win streak. However, Scotty stepped up. He signed the day before weigh-ins, got on the plane the day before weigh-ins, made weight, and he's a gamed opponent. He's got a lot of skill. And also, you got to look at it this way. Dakota had a fight camp, not for him, though. So anything's on the board.
It's going to be a great one. I know the crowd's excited here tonight as we fill up here at the factory. Our co-main event, we've got Irfan versus Dylan Willie, and that's brought to you by Unrivaled Realty. Kind Goods is your presenting sponsor for the evening. Give it up for them. They made all this possible. Cannabis dispensary taking care of everybody here in St. Louis. Let's throw back to you, Lance. Give us some exciting words about the co-main.
Well, Irfan is an NFA vet. It's been a while since he's been here with us. I'm excited to have him back. Every one of his fights is always a dog fight, in which those are always fun. He's got an undefeated opponent who's also game, who is reaching out saying, hey, I want to fight for you guys. We made this fight happen, and I'm excited about it.
Interviewing winners in the cage tonight, also Adam Sella. So Adam Sella, it's always exciting to have him in the house. Jordan, why is Adam going to be excited to interview the winner of the co-main?
Well, Adam likes to have a good time. He always likes to bring good energy, and since he's been booted out of the booth for tonight, he's going to have full energy for all his interviews.
You heard it here first, folks. What's that, Lance?
That's Jordan's fault.
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. NFAfights.com is where you can watch this on pay-per-view. It's Chris Denman, Jordan Dowdy, Lance DeClue. We've got kickboxing, MMA, all live in St. Louis on a Friday night. What a hell of a way to kick off November. I cannot wait to get this going for you tonight. Shout out to all the crew, everybody for making this happen, the staff out here at the factory. We got all kinds of great people making this thing happen with real professional fighters, local, regional, national talent making it happen tonight. Guys, we excited?
Absolutely. Let's get going. He cut me off.
I did. I cut it twice. Jordan, we excited?
Yeah, there's a lot of good fights on here. I'm excited to see. Kendall Whitehead, Luke Winston. Let's see, Alex Tremaine, Gabby LeBee, Logan Jones, Derek Davis. Those are all Fight of the Night candidates there. Keep your eyes out for those. Javier Thomas, always fun to watch.
Incredible. If you're following along at home, let us know on social media. Chris Denman, Jordan Dowdy, and Lance DeClue. We're ready to kick things off here in just a moment. Let's hear it, guys. Come on, let's get loud. Let's let everybody know we're here.
For those in attendance and for those watching on pay-per-view at NFAfights.com, I welcome you to NFA19, Bush versus Stockman. At this time, I invite you to stand, remove your hats, as we honor the brave men and women of our nation's armed forces with tonight's national anthem. Now presenting the colors are the United States Marine Corps.
Color guard, present, color.
Singing tonight's national anthem once again, Ella Remley.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good job once again, Ella Remley, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's throw it back inside the commentary booth with Lance and the fellas.
Matchmaker Lance DeClue, our resident black belt Jordan Dowdy, and Chris Denman here on the call tonight, live from just outside St. Louis, Missouri at the factory. First time here for Nemesis 19. I'm pumped. Beautiful venue, lovely setup, all kinds of fun stuff going around. We told you about the main event, the co-mains, some fights to look out for. Lance, as we get ready to get things going, I know people can jump on NFAfights.com. We've got the free Facebook fights kicking off. We've also got the pay-per-view, so get on that if you are excited about tonight. Make those happen. Lance, why are people needing to jump in?
Well, not just that. We're giving you the free fight tonight, and one half of it was Fight of the Night last event, and the other half was Submission of the Night. So we're giving you a nice free fight, so hopefully you enjoy it and you end up wanting to watch the rest of them.
Yeah, I was shocked by that charity. That's a really good first fight to get for free.
He's on the
for the fans
on the giving plan. We've got a lot going on tonight. Our first fight tonight is going to be Antonio Munoz versus Anthony Hayes. That's brought to you by Kind Goods, obviously our presenting sponsor. So we're going to make this happen here in just a little bit. NFA19 kicking it off. Really excited about this. Shout out to Ella Rimley, who did the national anthem as well. NFAfights.com if you're interested in the pay-per-view. And I don't know why you wouldn't be. If you're tuned in now for the free fight, make it happen. Go to NFAfights.com. Let's get these pay-per-views up. Lance, Jordan, I'm pumped. You want to get this thing going?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Right, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on NFAfights.com from the factory here in Chesterfield, Missouri for NFA19, Bush versus Stockman. Tonight's event is brought to you in part by Kind Goods, Unrivaled Realty, and the United States Marine Corps. These bouts are sanctioned under the Missouri Office of Athletics, overseen tonight by Executive Director Tim Lukanoff. Your judges cage side tonight, Travis Buzz King, David Hewitt, and Rob Francis. Your referees in charge of the action once we begin, Josh Stewart, Brandon Anderson, and Nadim Novalic. Your timekeeper is Keith Bell, and your position cage side, Dr. Melvin Macklin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to get tonight started, making his way to the NFA cage, Anthony Hayes.
Anthony Hayes makes the walk. He's the first one to kick off NFA 19 at the factory. Lance DeClue, again, matchmaker. What do we have going with Anthony Hayes?
So Anthony Hayes put on a amazing display of jiu-jitsu last event. He was, he had a rough round and a half. He was mounted, and he did the slick under roll into a knee bar. And for me, that was submission of the night. So he was. You don't see this often anymore, but it reminded me of that classic jiu-jitsu style where you take a little bit of a punishment to get an opening and then grab what you can.
That was a bit of a throwback the way that went. Yeah, it's been a long time since that, but whenever you're behind like that, there's just a good thing about having the attitude of not accepting defeat. He found a way to win. My coaches always told me, even when you're behind, no matter what the scorecard is or anything, find a way to win. That's what he did.
Kicking things off again, we've got Anthony Hayes coming out first. This is brought to you by Kind Goods, the presenting sponsor for the evening. Be sure to stop in at Kind Goods anywhere in the St. Louis area. Make it happen. And if you're watching on Facebook, you get this one for free. The next one, NFAfights.com. You can hear the silky smooth sounds of Jordan Dowdy, Lance DeClue, and myself, Chris Denman, here in Chesterfield, just outside of St. Louis tonight.
Well, and in Hayes' corner, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Please.
Is Vince Izzel, who was, back in his time, very stout, very good prospect that people thought was on the way, on the cusp of getting to the UFC. But then a lot of things just kind of happened and got in the way, but very solid coach, too.
Also, he was another one that had heart and was tough also.
Incredible. I love seeing that. I love hearing the stories. Let's throw it up to Mike in the cage.
His opponent now making his way to the cage, Antonio Munoz.
So Antonio has now switched camps. His previous coach, Johans, that gym had closed down. And he's kind of where I was at one point, where your initial coach, your initial gym closes down, and you kind of realize later it's an opportunity. You really love the first coach you had. They did a lot for you. You take those lessons on, you get in a new room, new coaches, you gain new tools. This guy works hard. He's in the gym all the time, getting strength and conditioning in the morning. He's out at Wolves Den training. I'm excited to see what he brings because the last fight he had was very good as well.
Banger. It was a banger. I mean, they went to war.
And he's in shape. So I remember specifically in the third round, he was still breathing through his nose between rounds.
I do. I remember that as well and thought, it's been a while.
And Danny Wright made a good point about this earlier on the red carpet, and I'm gonna rephrase it a bit though. But basically, damage-wise, Munoz had that fight, but point-wise is where he lost.
Yeah, he didn't really look marked up at all compared to where his opponent was. A couple bad positions he got caught up in the grappling exchanges that ended up separating there enough, but I mean, by no means a loss.
Right, absolutely. We've got a great matchup kicking things off here at NFA19. Again, our first time at the factory. Could not be more excited to be part of this. We've got both our opponents. I see that Antonio's coming in at 170.4. We got a welterweight bout kicking things off. These guys are tall, too. They're long. This is the new style of fighter, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody, weight cutting's getting a lot better now.
Let's kick things off for our first fight of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds of MMA in the NFA welterweight division, brought to you tonight by Kind Goods. And now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This boxer and jiu-jitsu style fighter stands 6'1", weighed in 168.8 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 0 defeats. That win coming by way of submission. Representing Gracie Humaida, fighting out of Springfield, Illinois, Anthony Hayes. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a look-see-do style fighter standing 6'2", weighed in 170 pounds. He is 0-1 as an amateur. Representing Wolves Den, fighting out of Elmhurst, Illinois, Antonio Primetime Munoz. Your referee, Nadim Navalich.
We want our everything in the back. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. Touch gloves if you want.
He said touch gloves and didn't give him a chance to do it.
I was thinking that. Like, he shoved him before.
Here we
He
go.
shoved him before he gets to touch gloves.
He must have seen some stuff.
An exciting night of fights kicks off right now. NFA19. We're free on Facebook. Be sure to get the pay-per-view. NFAfights.com for the rest of the card. Oh, we may.
Oh.
Not even knowing. That's it. That's it. It's over just like that.
Just like that.
Caught him right in the midst of a kick.
13 seconds in. Elmhurst, Illinois zone. Oh my goodness, fellas. Were you ready for that, Jordan?
No.
Let's hear it. Let's see the replay. Thanks to the staff for getting that together. Let's see what happens.
Threw a push kick with his hand down, and it left it wide open. Yep.
Oh yeah, he clocked him.
Came right down central with it.
He looked like he was about to defend himself, though. I don't know what the. Let's see. He did crumble. He definitely crumbled. But then he looked like he went ready. Yeah,
I still think that's a good stoppage, especially for amateur.
Yeah. Amateur kicking things off, and again, you got 14 seconds in. There it is.
So I told him
off. Congratulations.
I told Munoz earlier I thought that was going to be fired, and then he goes, nah. And he just came over and he was making sure I remembered that.
He said no dice. As Munoz gets the win in 14 seconds. What a way to kick things off. It's as if...
I should know better. Anytime I call fire now, that's what happens to me.
That's what it is. You know what? We've got UFC Bellator veteran Adam Sella going to go up and talk to the winner. Munoz kicking things off right here at the factory. 14 seconds is all it took. We were so stunned. It happened so quick. We didn't even have time to react, but a wonderful win for Munoz. We'll go up for the official result in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Nadim Navalich, calls to stop this fight in just 11 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Antonio Primetime Munoz.
What a great way to start off being at a new gym.
Yeah, I would say.
That's how you make your new gym proud.
I'm here with your winner, Antonio Munoz. Antonio, quick fight, way to start off the night. I know the gym you train at, a bunch of tough guys. Is that what you guys envisioned? Is that what you wanted?
Absolutely, that's exactly what I came here to do. I knew from my last fight I'm a very talented striker, so I was going to come out here and do that tonight. So I knew tonight, I visualized it for months and months since that fight. Every single night I was so mad about losing, so I just wanted to go kill him tonight, so that's what I did.
Well, you definitely redeemed yourself. It looked like it was a check right hand as he was kind of coming in for an offensive attack on you. Do you guys do a lot of counters at Wolves Den, or how did that play out for you?
Absolutely. Both at Wolves Den, we were always training our striking and our counters and stuff like that, but got to give props to Danny Moriarty. We were always working those counter rights. So, you know, both of those guys are helping me out a lot, and everyone at Wolves Den, and, you know, they're all showing me love, so I appreciate it so much.
For sure. We love little Danny here at NFA. Guys, get up for your winner, Antonio Munoz.
Adam Sella with a slick jab of his own. Little Danny. We're going to get on to the next fight. Well, before that happens, you know Karen Simoncelli?
I kind of know her, yeah.
Yeah, she does. She's part of the team. She's great here. She's going to interview Dakota Bush, who's our main event fighter and champion, here in just a second. We'll get to that. The second fight coming up, Javier Thomas versus Patty Fitzgerald, brought to you by the U.S. Marine Corps. What a fight. Kind Goods getting their money's worth, kicking things off with a 14-second KO. Cannot believe that. The rest of the night, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more action like that, whether it's subs or knockouts. Let's throw out to Karen with Dakota Bush, champion and half of the main event.
Welcome to NFA19, and I'm bringing you our main event. Dakota Harry Bush, our lightweight champion. Welcome back. You are not a stranger here. I think there's a lot of people in the crowd that know who you are. How does it feel to be back here on the stage and ready to get back in the cage?
It's amazing. You know, I always love coming back home. Been in Florida a long 10 weeks for this camp. Horcher backed out, but thankful Scotty Stockman stepped up, and we're going to put on a good show. I'm super excited.
He is a brave guy. You're not shy, you're not new to having opponents back out on you. Is there anything about opponent dropping out on you that changes your game plan, or it kind of sets you off going in that cage?
Not at all. I train with the best guys in the world, the best coaches, the best team. And I'm prepared to fight the best guys in the world. So whoever they put in front of me on fight night, you know, that's what I'm ready for. I don't care who it is. We step in that cage, it's game time.
One more question for you. Now, the last time we saw you here at 18, you finished Yonaski Soho with a rear naked choke very quickly. Your opponent coming in tonight is not shy with submissions, but you are more of he's more of a striker. You are more of a submission artist. Tell us about a little bit of your game plan, or are you going to keep us surprised when we go back in there?
It's a fight. That's why we do it. If the guy that was supposed to win every time would win, why would we do this?
Yeah, I think you're right. Do you want to give any shout-outs before we head back?
Yeah, everybody out here, thank you for coming. Let's get rowdy tonight.
All right, thank you. Let's hear it for everyone. Let's go!
Dakota Bush, half of the main event. I was excited to see him up against Daryl Horcher, a guy who had fought Khabib. I believe he fought E.J. Gaines. He's a local professional as well. What a great last-minute replacement that you pull in a guy with LFA experience. Believe he flew in maybe from Rufus Sport. Can't confirm that just yet. That's a serious opponent. Dakota Bush trying to get back to the UFC. He needs serious opponents to make that happen. You can see that fight if you purchase it at NFAfights.com for the pay-per-view. This is about to end, the free Facebook stream. But Lance, what do we have for the main event? Let's let people know exactly what's happening.
So yeah, like you said, Daryl got hurt. We're wishing him the best. Tore his shoulder. Very nasty injury. Scotty stepped up last minute, like we said. We signed on the dot Wednesday, which is the day before weigh-ins. Got on the plane that night, made it to weigh-ins, made weight. Wants that belt, wants to make a statement on a UFC veteran.
Jordan Dowdy, what's the weight cut like on short notice like that? Are these guys just at that level? Are they just staying ready at all times? What's the stress like?
Well, he may have been preparing for something that fell through too. Sometimes you get lucky that way and they kind of stay ready to jump on anything. If they feel like they're on the cusp and something like that fell out, usually management will keep them ready. Or he was within range and he just doesn't cut that much. Either way, he still made the weight. It's kind of unbelievable.
It really is. He's got a tough opponent, local hero, and former UFC fighter, soon to be again UFC fighter. Dakota Bush making that happen. Our second fight that's getting ready to kick off, Javier Thomas versus Patty Fitzgerald, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. We're getting ready for that. Buy the fights right now, NFAfights.com, and you can see more of Adam Sella throwing shade at little folks and the like all throughout the Kinds Goods presentation.
That's what Adam does.
Of NFA19. Trying to stay on the good side of that one. So very excited about that to keep things moving. Kickboxing, MMA, everything again. NFAfights.com. Tonight's fight's brought to you by Kind Goods, and we'll keep things moving.
Ladies and gentlemen, on now to our second bout of the evening. Now making his way to the cage, Patrick Fitzgerald.
I know his parents named him Patrick. I like Patty.
He does. He goes by Patty.
I like Patty.
So funny thing is, he was offered by his coach. Said the kid's ready. I was looking for him. I kept looking. All I kept finding was his high school wrestling kid, and I was like, this can't be him, is it? Yeah, it's him. Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah, it's him. 18-year-old. Yeah.
He's 18.
Yes.
In a major event here tonight, Friday night in St. Louis. Jordan Dowdy, 18. What were you doing?
18, I was getting ready to go to school. But I will say, usually when these kids make a debut at the age, they've trained a lot. My youngest brother did. He fought kickboxing at 17, made a debut at 18, and everybody kind of thought the same thing. So the age is not something to underestimate because these kids have been training since they're 13, and if he's got a high school wrestling background and in his off seasons has been doing other things, you don't really know what you're getting into here. It could be something special. It could just be him getting experience, something he wants to try.
Well, I threw him a tough opponent, and his coach came right back and goes, yeah, we got this. So that was like, okay, this kid must really have something.
Javier Thomas's opponent, he makes the walk now.
His opponent now making his way to the cage, Javier Thomas.
Javier is a fighter I love to watch. His last fight was, he just kind of ran into a guy that had really good distance measurement and was coming off a long layoff. He was really polished. And here's the thing, he had a moment in that fight that was robbed from him where he could have equalized it or finished it by a bad referee choice. I'll just be nice about that. But Javier, he just kept working. The kid doesn't quit. He's very tough. I'm excited to always watch what he's bringing. He's been training down at Matt Owens' gym, Project Deliverance, as well.
And new weight class.
New weight class.
He went down a weight. So.
Interesting. Yeah, as I put two and two together, I saw this fight come together. I was thinking, Lance, you got something up your sleeve here. Javier's no joke. And coming in with an 0-0 fighter at 125 pounds, this is going to be another tough one as we kick off the pay-per-view live here at the factory just outside of St. Louis. Big shout out to Marines, Prime Health Center, Sub-Zero Wellness, Media Outlaws, JC's AC, the Taco King, HK USA, and Brad Carey, Unrivaled Realty. And of course, tonight is presented by Kind Goods as both fighters get ready to enter the cage. Jordan, how does Javier, who we are familiar with, how does he win this?
Well, he's got more experience, so it's not going to be as fast out the gate for him because he's been in some longer fights. He's got toughness, resiliency. I don't know much about where Patty trains, but we know Javier trains at St. Charles MMA, very good, experienced gym. We're going to find some stuff out tonight, though, about this debut guy.
And that weight on there is wrong. He did make weight.
There he is. Throw the mic.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA flyweight division, brought to you tonight by the United States Marine Corps. And now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, this wrestler stands 5'7", weighed in 124.5 pounds. Tonight he is making his amateur MMA debut. Representing Wise Warriors MMA, fighting out of Kirkwood, Missouri, Patty Fitzgerald. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'5", weighed in 125.8 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 2 defeats, with that win coming by way of knockout. Representing St. Charles MMA, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Javier Thomas. Your referee, Brandon Anderson.
All right, guys, bend over the rules in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any final questions from you, blue? Any final questions from you, red? Touch gloves if you would like. Step back. Let's do it.
Hey, what's Patty got up his sleeve? Because me and Ray usually we have conversations before accepting. He was quick on this one.
Ray has a lot of tough guys, tough mindsets.
Here we go, kicking off the pay-per-view. Will it match the first fight of the night?
Oh, and Javi too. We won one. Ooh.
Hello, wrestler with a kick.
Question mark kick.
Yeah. One fight we seen him dirty box. The other fight we saw him wrestle. So you never know with Javi either.
Hands up. One body overhand. Let's go.
Yeah, throwing a lot of kicks. I'd like to see him to set those up though.
I think he's trying to get him. He's trying to get him to drop his hands with them, especially the teeps, showing the teeps.
Yeah, that's seen it. Typical. We think it's a wrestler, and that's there it is. Not seen much of it. Good tie back. Didn't waste too much energy on that either. Didn't feel like he had it, and he switched the guard. Good clean wrestling here.
And good job by Javier. He just keeps working.
Well, this is where his experience is going to come into play, not the panic. Might have to make it a dogfight.
I mean, Patty's doing a good job. Keeps dragging him back down. He's got a hook in. This hook's hard to kind of get rid of, especially when he had it a second ago. When he threads it around the ankle there.
Yeah, they're straight legging him out. Yeah, I was noticing that.
Javier does have the advantage of being literally next to his corner. So there's some sort of coach.
Well, we got to see how Patty transitions from a wrestler to submissions as well.
Nice job, Patty.
Oh, nice. Oh, that was slick.
There you go. Flatten him out.
So Patty's showing what we thought he would. Really good, solid wrestling.
Get on top, Patty.
We know Javi's tough.
Nice, Patty. Got a minute. 1 minute. Plenty of time.
Crowd here is really into this.
Absolutely. It's hard to tell if he's working under the chin or just across.
Yeah, I got a bad angle. It looks like right now he's just got his hooks in. He's got one arm across. But
okay, there we go. As long as he can fight the hands, he's got 45 seconds about.
Nice, ground and pound. Keep rest. Good job.
Javi looks like he's trying to get him on his back.
Great job by Patty there. And then great job by Javi getting up too. He made him really work for it.
One rep, two.
A good time on that kick.
Rip him up. There you go.
Got both hands clasped. It's hard to defend.
Javi did a good job on. I would say though, Javi did a good job of getting that leg to where he didn't completely get slammed.
Hang on to that arm. Keep that weight on him, Patty. 15 seconds, buddy. Start standing up, Hog.
Looks like Javi's going to survive this round.
Yeah, I would just hold that wrist and recollect.
For a few seconds. Shout out to the matchmaker. Great start. At 125, the young.
Well, my fight of the night didn't come through though.
It did not. But for a first fight in front of a nice crowd like this, big stage, lights, cameras, everything going on. Jordan, I liked what I saw out of Patty in the first round.
Yeah, he looked really good. Now, if you're 18, do you even really get that tired? But we'll see how much energy he just put into that there, because adrenaline is a factor, especially in a debut like this. And he did a real good job of pretty much dominating position, keeping him down, but Javier just kept moving, kept standing up. So actually, while Javier would be tired, I expect Patty to be just as tired, a little bit slower in the arms probably from just the grappling exchanges. Javier needs to be really careful overextending his punches, because he did that last bit there and gave up that double leg.
Yeah,
So
because obviously Patty's shots are quick, and he doesn't waste a lot of energy because he'll switch up on you real quick as well.
Yep.
But we know Javi, he's hard to put away.
Yeah, he's definitely hard to put away. And as amateurs, he can't just show a need to protect from that low double like that either.
Let's go, baby.
Second round
Let's go.
underway.
There it was again, but he countered it this time. But he did extend that punch again, and Patty went right for that shot.
So what do wrestlers not really like? Being on their back. So it'll be interesting to see what he does here. He could be very comfortable there. Who knows?
Well, and he's kind of doing what a wrestler does. He's kind of getting on his, trying to get to his stomach, and he needs to not do that in an MMA fight.
I like this strategy, how they came at him like this.
I was going to say, I didn't hear what the corner was saying. Obviously, they wanted to come out more aggressive in the second round for Javi.
Probably it was more like be first when you get ahead,
Keep your hips
because
deep.
he's quick.
Keep your hips deep. There you go. There you go.
Say Patty kind of looks like he's looking for an armbar, maybe.
Crowd the hips too much there.
Heavy hips. Don't let off those hips.
Tyron Woodley was real good at this. He could get in this position, splay wide, and just throw heat the entire time.
Tyron's wrestling was so heavy.
Took him places.
It did. Yeah, it took him pretty far. A little bit. I like how Javi's stacking him. He's got to be careful not to get tripped here though. And he has to make sure he's not too focused on the punishment, because Patty looks pretty limber.
Yeah, he was doing a real good job here, making him carry that weight.
Trying to come out that back door. Ooh, yes. You gotta keep that head off the mat. You gotta give your head somewhere to go on those punches. This is a completely different round.
It absolutely is.
And he's right in front of his coaches there. He's got Jake right there talking to him.
Jake Roberts is a really good coach. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell Patty's just trying to look for a sweep or if he's trying to get an arm bar in there. He keeps twisting the hips, but I can't really tell if he's just trying to push off.
The best thing he could really try to do is get feet and hips, but when they're crowded like that, it's a lot easier said than done.
He's looking for an Oma. He's actually kind of got it locked there. It's gonna be hard with that cage there, though. Yeah, it looks like Javi's getting it. Yep. God, now he's going for an ankle lock, straight leg. Crowd behind Patty.
I was going to say, chance of Patty filling the arena.
Yeah, he looks like he's going for a straight leg, maybe twist into a knee bar.
Take your hand to the other side of his leg. Take your hand to the other
He could also just use that to get up, too. If he goes for that leg lock, Javi may abandon.
30 seconds, pound. Take pound. Ready, turn hard.
Nice.
Great coaching.
Hips back.
Yeah, I would say you heard him say they're turn hard. He knew he was coming.
Final 10.
Yeah, I got him 1-1. Two completely different stories.
Yep. Good job by Javier to rebound there.
Very good. Oh, that was deep. That was deep. I saw the neck bone pop. I was like, oh, I see the spine. That's not good.
Well, your coach. Sorry, go ahead, please.
And that was the time to do it. After you heard the 10-second bell, that's the time to go for that. If you'd have done something like that earlier and ended up on bottom, you never know. You could have given a round back, depending on who the judges are, or took more damage.
Especially what we've seen. Looks like a good wrestler, a very good wrestler.
I think this round's going to come down to who can get the first person down first.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, with a fresh fighter, a young fighter, I don't know, I don't coach the gentleman. With a young fighter coming in for his first MMA fight, Lance, what are they telling him to keep him calm and try and get the victory?
I just keep reminding him that, this isn't wrestling, you're in a fight, but set up your shots. Don't just go into scramble mode. If you do go into scramble mode, make sure you're winning those scrambles. I saw Doc over there to check on him. He looked at him and said, I'm fine. So that's a good cause.
Well, it's a great experience because he's had a round where he was ahead, now he's had a round where he was behind, and he survived that
He's
round.
still here.
And honestly, at an 18, depending on his ego, he may be mad. He may be like,
very true.
We don't like. At that age, you don't. At that age, you don't like losing.
Absolutely not. Here we go, final round. Kicking off the pay-per-view, 125.
Yeah, Patty's looking a little tired there. Those were a lot slower than earlier. This is where Javi's experience is going to come in. Ooh, big. Oh, nice uppercut too. There's that dirty boxing. Desperation shot, but it's deep. He's going to try and turn for the back.
Real good job killing the head there.
Yeah, he's got that great head control. Now putting all his weight on him. Patty not giving up, though. He's a dog.
Let's talk about the chin that Patty just showed off there. Mike, that connected.
Right, straight right and an uppercut, and he ate both of them.
Absolutely.
Push on the
Very
head.
good job by Javi.
Step over.
Oh, he's looking for a Kimura. Mike could just go for a throw, though.
So it's going to be a little risky because now he's there with the hook, and there he goes.
Oh, he just... That worked out.
Good job.
Corner coming through with the coaching.
He got his hips turning right back
There you
up.
go. There you go.
That's a great fight.
Absolutely.
That's how I thought the first one was going to go.
If Javi can separate, he can have some real success here if he can get right back out to the middle.
Well, and it feels like Javi has an advantage with the striking in this fight.
Right now, this is a hard round to score, too.
It really is.
Yep. He's doing a great job listening to his corner, too. It's not just good cornering, but good listening. As soon as they say something, he's on it. They said stand up, and he started, all right, standing up.
I like the straightforward approach.
Yeah. I prefer that as a fighter. Tell me what's up. Don't sugarcoat it.
If you miss it at home, Javi's corner just told him 90 seconds. If you don't stand up, we lose.
Guys got to hear that.
You're good. Now you're out.
Also, I do think, Javi did look like he was the fresher fighter in the beginning of this.
Yes. If he can get away from him, he has a chance to maybe end this fight. But right here where he's smothering him, it's exhausting.
There's his chance. He has some separation here. He's hooks in. He's trying to take that back.
He's looking for armbar.
45 seconds.
Oh, I think he might have got those hooks in. No.
He's got one in.
They're calling for an inverted triangle. He's got the arm. He's got the arm. Yep, you called it. You called it. That cage is going to hinder him, though, but he still can do this.
Well, and right against the cage, you can't really swing through.
He's gonna have to twist and try to roll him.
They're telling him to go belly down, and he might have the ability to do it here. It just depends on the spacing.
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to roll over him, basically.
He's got to swing his arm through.
It's gonna be a photo finish.
Well, I don't know how you judge this, though.
And I really don't know.
This is a
Judges have a tough one here. Incredible matchup. Both styles giving it their all. Jordan,
that comes down to that third round. And
what do you value? What do you see there, Lance? What do you value?
This is how the judge. This is why it's hard for a judge, because Patty technically had the control, but Javi was doing the damage with the strikes as well as throwing up the submissions.
And damage is supposed to outlast control, from what I understand.
But again, it's a point of view of the judge, and that's where it's hard.
That was a really good fight.
It truly was well matched. Great work by both gentlemen. And again, cannot say enough times, that's his first fight.
Whoa.
First fight.
Yeah, he has, nothing to be ashamed of. If he comes out on the wrong end of this, wow, still. So much to learn, and like Jordan said, you got experience of losing, you got experience of winning, and you got experience of a close round.
Yeah, that's an invaluable first fight, to be honest with you. A lot of times you don't have something like that until you're a handful in, and those are the ones you learn from.
He got a little bit of everything, yeah. He got great learning experience. I don't know. I really don't know.
It's going to be tough. Yeah. I wonder, and I guess it depends on the judges, again, what they value. I wonder if that right, followed by the uppercut, was enough to sway the third round, because it looked very tough.
But then you could argue, though, Patty got the takedown, which nulls that.
Very true. So we'll see what they think as we'll throw it up to Mike in the cage for the official decision for our first fight of the pay-per-view. What a start to the night here in NFA19.
Here we go, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges scored this bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Javier Tomas.
So, I think that's the correct call. I didn't want to say it before.
I didn't
Here's
either.
why. Because of the way it started in the third round, he damaged him, and he survived the onslaught, and the fight ended in an offensive submission attempt.
No, I don't disagree with you. I was leaning Javi. I just didn't want to be wrong, to be honest with you. But yeah, because he was throwing up so many submissions. Javi was the more aggressive, even though he was technically on the bottom, or what some would see as losing. It doesn't mean that in the real fight, but.
So those 2 factors were what separated it slightly for me, and it's very narrow.
We'll throw it up to Mike in the cage.
Huge shout out to the smoking deck located on the 2nd floor, presented by Kind Goods, one of our main sponsors out here tonight. We appreciate you, Kind Goods, for providing a smoking deck on the 2nd floor. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need to go up there, go on up.
Kind Goods making tonight happen. Very excited to be here at the factory alongside Jordan Dowdy, Lance DeClue, it's Chris Denman, and we're going to hang out here tonight for the pay-per-view. 2 fights. You get a check mark next to your name, and it's a good check mark, Lance. You set us up right. We've got several more fights tonight, including the main event, Dakota Bush versus Scotty Stockman. That is a dead serious professional mixed martial arts fight with a belt on the line. Again, brought to you by Kind Goods here at NFA 19. Jordan, Lance, let's get some kickboxing in our lives.
They usually live up to the hype, don't they?
Ladies and gentlemen, now making her way to the NFA cage, Mariah.
Mariah coming out, representing the Church of Jamie. Jamie right behind her, supporting. You know this is going to be a good one. Lance, can you get us a little bit of intel on Mariah kicking things off in the kickboxing match?
So last fight, Mariah went against an MMA vet in Sunny. She's doing it again. Originally, she had a kickboxing bout. Jet had an MMA fight. Jet's opponent fell off. We're having trouble filling them, so they said, let's just go ahead and... Jet said, I'll go ahead and come to her world, and we'll have a go at it.
Jet versus Mariah brought to you by HK USA, NFA19, presented by Kind Goods, live at the factory in St. Louis, Missouri on a Friday night. The crowd's pumped. They're going to be really excited to see this kickboxing match. We love that, and let's get to our second fighter.
Her opponent now making her way to the NFA cage, Jet Bucker.
So I owe a lot to Jet. When we used to do these fights at the Casablanca, I was walking to go use the restroom, and Jet said, "Hey, Lance." And I said, "Hey, what's up?" She goes, "Look up." I was almost walking in the women's restroom.
There it is.
Hey, it
So I
is
over-
2024 now. So.
It wasn't then.
So Jet coming in, flexible, helping out. Looks like we're going to have a great one. Jordan, what is your favorite part about mixing in these kickboxing matches with the MMA matches?
They just bring a different energy. So if some of the MMA ones turn into a little more grappling exchanges that a lot of the audience doesn't understand or can't see as well, the stand-up fights bring more of the attitude to it.
Yeah, nice little pace change.
And especially whenever the women are competing here, they always bring a fight.
They're mean.
They're mean. They're mean.
Mean and vicious, for sure.
Skilled, ready to bring heat in the first kickboxing match of the evening. We'll throw it to Mighty Mike up in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds of amateur kickboxing in the NFA strawweight division, brought to you tonight by HKA USA, the official glove of the NFA. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This Dutch kickboxer stands 5'6", weight in 119.9 pounds. She holds an amateur kickboxing record of 1 win, 0 defeats. Representing the Church of Jamie, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Moriah. Her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is an American kickboxer, standing 5'2", weight in 115.8 pounds. She holds an amateur kickboxing record 0-1. Representing the Smith Pit, fighting out of Cuba, Missouri, Jed Bakar. Your referee in charge of the action, Josh Stewart.
We've already been over the expectations. Listen for my instructions all the time and protect yourself at all times. Let's touch them up. Let's have a fight.
Ready for the kickboxing match. Mustache on point, crowd on point. Sounds like these ladies have some fans tonight.
I think there's a lot of fans of women's, whether it be mixed martial arts or there we go. Okay.
Wow.
Well, there's that little bit of that MMA striking where you're just going for the knockout.
I didn't see anybody point to the canvas, but they damn well could have the way they're coming out.
Oh, yeah, overhand rights.
Jet's got to be careful leaning over like that.
Yeah. A little warning there. You can't hold her. It is hard to kickbox these days because every area has different rules. Every state has different rules. It depends if it's K1, kickboxing, Muay Thai.
And one hesitation and you're on the mat.
Yes. Mariah looks like she's trying to overwhelm Jet right now.
She's hunting that body.
Nice little body head by Jet. Both these women testing the bodies. Yeah, Jet's just loading up that right hand.
Yeah, that's when I would just kind of wait that out and then pick my shots later, but she's just going to stalk her.
Well, this is what Mariah did in her first fight, too. Just punches and bunches and just stayed on them.
Lots of good combos. She's definitely showing the more cleaner technique here. She's more polished, but she just got to watch these clubs that are coming at her is all.
Well, it's her world. You know, Jet was training for an MMA fight, so we don't know how much was grappling compared to striking either.
Yeah, good experience still. I mean, she's landed a couple right hands to Mariah's body, too.
Well, the crowd appreciates the effort.
They're going.
Absolutely. Nothing but energy from both ladies.
They're making Jordan's analysis right. Vicious and mean.
Somehow we're going to get
round 2.
A second round.
Yeah, let's see how the cardio is now.
They both look ready for another one immediately. They're not doubled over.
Well, I'm tired.
That's a lot of volume from both.
A lot. Well, you know, sometimes with kickboxing matches, sometimes you don't know how they're going to be. Sometimes it could be a waiting period where it's kind of boring. This one is not. This one is, let's go. Hit the gas and keep going.
Without question, third fight of the night on the card for NFA19. Bringing heat, pushing through. After this one, we'll hear from Scott Stockman and Karen. What a night so far.
Yeah. Well, both have good corners, too, so it'll be interesting to see if any game changes, you know, any plans change or anything. You know, got Pat Smith and Jets. You got Jamie and Mariah's. So yeah.
The second round is always interesting because it's either more of the same or they come out a little slower from that first round and a little more technical. We'll see which avenue we go tonight. I do know Mariah's going to have volume, though. She does.
That's what she does, yes.
Befuddled is the word. It's neither. They're both standing up straight and ready to go.
Oh. And they're off again. Looks like we're getting a little bit of the same.
Almost a single.
Yeah, instinct kicked in there, I think. That's the hard part when you're primarily MMA and you switch to kickboxing. A lot of your fallbacks aren't there anymore. Oh, good kick. Oh, good knee to the body. Good teep kick answer. That might have been sweep. I was gonna say that was a sweep. It looked like a sweep.
It was right on the logo on the canvas, so yep.
I like what Jet started to do there, though. A little more front kicks and teep kicks to try to keep her off because she is just coming forward. Yeah, Jet looks like she's willing to take the punches and not have the kicks, if you notice that there. She was blocking all kick.
Mariah's, she was trying to
right.
place knees into her gut earlier just like that. That's probably more so what she's trying to block.
Yeah, Jet looks like those are starting to hurt her. Good call, Jordan.
Yep, another one.
Jet's getting warned right now. They're calling it.
That's it. Mariah, your winner, first kickboxing match of the evening. Big win, fast pace. What a way to kick things off.
Yeah, good first kickboxing match.
And she's 2-0 now, right? Total?
Yeah, 2-0. Yeah.
Both on NFA.
I mean, Mariah's looking really good for a 2-0 fighter. She really is. And honestly, props to Jet, too, for coming into her world.
Absolutely. Props to the Church of Jamie getting the win for their fighter tonight. Looks like everybody's going to work through this. Definitely took some hits as Jet's still on the stool, but alert and aware.
Yeah, look, that's a local brand here. Big Muay Thai brand.
HK USA made this one happen. We're going to get the official result in the cage in just a moment from our man Mike Kendall, holding things down all night long with your official decisions. Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Josh Stewart calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 13 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Mariah.
There we go, Mariah again with another great showing. Really polished for just her second fight. But again, props to Jet for stepping into her world. Jet will be back. Hopefully, MMA where she wants to be. So,
plenty of opportunities at the next NFA number 20 that would be coming up. But Ben, big shout out to HKA USA for making that last.
And also this could be good for Jet. She's had a long layoff. She hasn't fought in a long time, so this could be a little good. Get the rust off being in the lights and. This may actually help her in her next MMA fight.
It always helps to make the walk, whether it goes your way or not. It just makes the mountain smaller for the next one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Makes sense. Just a moment, we're going to get to Karen with Scott Stockman, the other half of the main event. You know what? Why wait a minute? Why don't we go up to her now?
Let's do it.
I'm bringing you the second half of our main event evening. I have Scotty Stockman here with me tonight out of Medford, Oregon. Let's give it up for him for taking this fight. Last minute, please. Welcome, Scotty. Thank you for taking this fight. Tell us a little bit about what motivates you to take a last-minute fight against our hometown champion, Dakota Bush.
Well, to be honest, the wife hit me up this week. She said, we're having a baby. So I said, I'm going to go make a little bit extra money. NFA always takes really good care of their fighters, and I'm just excited to be a part of the show. I'm excited to come out. I peaked. I perform really well under short notice circumstances, and so I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna have fun.
Well, congratulations on that. I think everyone here is happy to hear that for you, and thank you for coming to an NFA with us. So what stands you out a little bit against Dakota's previous opponents? I know you have a heavy striking background. You just had a boxing match. You're a stand-up fighter. is there anything that you're going to bring to the cage that you do think that Dakota has not seen yet?
I'm going to come out with a better athletic base. I'm going to come out fast. I'm going to come out fierce. And just going to let it fly. Come out, use reckless abandonment to my benefit. I'm going to have a good time.
Is there anything that happened in your camp, any adversity, or would you like to tell us a little bit about any in your camp, where you train out of, to give a little bit of our hometown information too?
I'm out of South Oregon Sport Fighting right now, but my lineage is with Rufus Sport over in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, under Duke Rufus and Scott Cushman. And so what they're about, I'm going to be about tonight.
And you are you fought for LFA as well, and so has Dakota. And I think this is going to be a dynamite fight. I'm very happy to have you join us very last minute, guys. This is not something that's normal for us, so I appreciate you coming out here. Did you want to give a shout out, anything last minute too?
Shout out to my family, shout out to my team back home, and shout out to the cornerman who showed up for me tonight, David Evans and Alex right here. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you.
Scott Stockman, other half of the main event, going up against Dakota Bush tonight. Rufus Sport had a few champs come out of there. Ben Askren, famously, Anthony, I can't even think about this. Anthony, who we going? Pettis, excuse me.
Pettis,
champion, Sergio Pettis, the champion. Ben Askren trained there. Tyron trained up there. Tyron Woodley. We've had so many great fighters come out of Rufus Sport, so we're very excited to see Scotty Stockman in the main
event. And early congratulations to Scotty on the baby.
What a... I didn't even know that part.
He had a boxing match last week.
Last week, nice. That's probably why. Yes, that makes sense on why he was in shape. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a big-time firework main event with Dakota Bush, Scott Stockman, brought to you by Kind Goods, making that happen. We're going to move on in just a second to Eric Carrera versus Kyle Warren, brought to you by Unrivaled Realty. That'll be up in just a moment for our fourth fight of the night. Right now, we'll throw it to the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving right along to our fourth bout of the evening. Now making his way to the NFA cage, Kyle Warren.
Kyle Warren is out of Han MMA. He's been training for a very long time, but only has one fight. So
and he saved up his entire crowd for tonight. I just heard the whole place go wild for Kyle Warren coming.
He also is a bull rider, so he has that no fear aspect, kind of like Cowboy Cerrone.
I would say so.
He's a wrestling base, but does have power in his right hand. But I think at this point most wrestlers have power in their whatever dominant hand they have.
Clearly.
So. Yeah, but he used to train with me back when I was coaching. That's how long he's been training. So, yeah, he was one of my students way back. I called him more of a teammate because even though he was a student of mine, he didn't fight. So it was like he was mostly in there. I throw him in there to help guys get ready. He trained with me as well, so keep me in shape. So
Nepotism at hand once again.
Say what?
Said nepotism at hand once again.
Oh, that's what happened as he gets the fight. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see the action, whatever he comes in. And Kyle Warren, again, brought to you by Unrivaled Realty. His opponent, Eric Carrera, I'm sure it's going to make it a great fourth fight of the evening here at NFA19. Live at the factory. He looks ready. Lance, you got another one brewing for us?
I think so. I think this will be interesting. Eric is a tough guy too. He's fought for us before, and he hasn't fought for us in a while either. But I know both of them stay in the gym and train. That's what the weird part is, though. They may not have like big records. They're pretty polished.
Respected fighters, as you always see on the NFA cards, as he makes the walk.
His opponent now making his way to the NFA cage, Eric Carrera.
So the one thing I will point out, though, is Kyle lost a lot of weight for this fight. I didn't know it was going to affect him. He said it was actually an easy weight cut. He thinks he can go down a weight. But you're about to see Eric. Eric is shredded. So
St. Charles MMA, another representative. We know it's going to be a tough fight. Two great schools with representatives in this fourth fight of the evening. Again, a veteran presence with not that many fights. And then Eric Carrera coming out. You know if he's from St. Charles MMA, he's going to be.
I think it's safe to say they're both pretty veteran with not a lot of fights, honestly. And both gyms, like you said, they're both known for killers. They're both known for that hard-nosed style. A lot of good people trained at both gyms.
Without question. Jordan Dowdy, what are you looking for as far as keys to victory for either fighter? I don't know how familiar you are with each.
Well, immediately as I look at it, I look at a height difference here. I see a reach difference. So I'm immediately thinking striker grappler initially, but you never know what it's going to bring because some guys use their range, some don't care because he might want to initiate the grappling exchanges. We'll see what happens.
You hear us say this a lot. This is another one where, again, the records don't show the talent.
2-3 versus 0-1. We'll throw it up to Mike in the K.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NFA lightweight division. Brought to you tonight by Unrivaled Realty, Brad Carey Realtor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This catch wrestler stands 5'8", weighed in 155.4 pounds. Yields an amateur record of 0-1, representing Han MMA, fighting out of Hillsboro, Missouri, Kyle Warren. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a striker standing 6'1", weighed in 155.4 pounds. Yields an amateur record, 2 wins, 3 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 1 by way of submission. Representing St. Charles MMA, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Eric Slick Rick Carrera. Your referee, Nadim Navalich.
We went over everything in the back. Obey my command at all time. Protect us at all time. Touch gloves if you want.
Carrera versus Warren. Crowd is pumped. We'll get it going.
Here we go. Nervous energy in here. Good jab. Kyle looks like he's looking for that shot. Oh, nice down the pipe.
Body kick, too, coming. Nope, shot.
I like how Kyle abandoned that once he didn't. Sometimes you get those wrestlers get in that mindset and they just gas themselves out trying. Oh, good timing. Good timing. Very good timing.
Trying to hit a home run.
Well, here we go with wrestler jiu-jitsu. Let's see what happens.
That's the danger of head kicks, especially kind of early. You just never know.
And a much shorter guy, too.
Dowdy called it.
Tying him up real good for those arms.
Yeah, he's doing a real good job of locking the glove in like that. And he's up.
Front headlock there. I would be kneeing those legs myself.
Working to peel those hands.
Good forehead into the jaw.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I believe he ate one with that, though, too.
He did, yeah. There was a good counter. I don't know if that uppercut caught everything. Looked like his forearm got a lot of it. Oh, he's going. Oh, Gator. No, Darce. No, he abandoned. I don't know, that looked like that was close.
He must not have felt it because of the glove.
Ah, fair. Yeah, I was a little shocked he abandoned that. It looked like it was pretty deep.
Pretty clear each fighter's motives right out of the gate.
Wrestler jits, both just throwing hands.
Absolutely.
Getting it to the base. Kyle's going to have to do some working here, but I don't blame him for being timid because Eric is really working off his back. And that can be frustrating when
he's doing a good job pushing his head off center line, though. That's when all this other stuff opens
up. Good defense on that. Oh, is that? I can't see it.
Looks like Warren's got it.
Oh yeah, it looks like a necktie.
Deep.
If he's got the necktie, nope. It is. What they call that 10-finger guillotine.
He's got to get the leg on the back and get a leg in.
He's got to get him in that kitchen.
That rolling is letting him out because it's tight.
There's
your tap.
Oh, the fight.
Warren gets the win in a close one.
Good fight.
Fantastic fight.
Only one round, but a good fight.
Want to see everything I know how to do? Here it is.
Yeah.
Both gentlemen came out ready to fight. Props to both corners.
That was a lot for one round.
That was a lot. Yeah, it felt like a full fight almost.
I'm looking through this and I'm going, how is this going to end?
I just literally looked down at the time like, was that only one round? And it was. I was like, because I said good fight, and I was like, wait, that was only a round. Great round. Amazing round.
Let's see the replay, see some of this action. See the excitement more. And there's the stop.
See, once he trapped the leg and he didn't roll him anymore, there's just not much you can do.
And it was a quick tap, so it had to be deep because he was tapping on the way down even.
I was going to say, it looked as if he was tapping as
I was almost nervous if the ref would see. The ref did see it, but I was almost nervous it was one of those where the ref didn't see it and they let go. Because you know what? You fight until the ref stops you.
He had it threaded, but when he kept rolling back and flipping him over him, that was letting him out because you have to really kind of scrunch up the neck and grab a leg. And once you don't have that avenue out, then it contracts everything else.
Eric Carrera versus Kyle Warren, living up to the hype. Lance DeClue, you did it again. Let's throw it up to Mike Kendall in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Nadim Novalic calls a stop to this fight. 2 minutes, 21 seconds in the very first round. Declaring your winner by tap out to the guillotine choke, Kyle Warren.
Kyle Warren gets the win as both fighters exit the cage. In just a second, prior to our fifth fight, we're actually going to have Bo Dean, St. Louis rapper and artist, performing Unstoppable for Jake Kaiser's walkout. Excited to see that. Big fan of Bo. Hardworking, talented dude himself.
Are we sure that wasn't a 125 fight?
It looked like a couple of roosters going at each other, didn't it? Well, we're going to see more of that as the night goes on. Big main event with Dakota Bush and Scotty Stockman. It's going to close it out, but we've got several more to go. And you know what, guys? I love a performance. I love whenever the crowd's into it. Bo Dean's going to do that here in just a second, performing Unstoppable before Jake Kaiser walks out for our fifth fight of the evening. That's Jackson Ward versus Jake Kaiser by Ozzie Smith Center, powered by Prime Health Centers.
And I like both of these kids. This one was a hard one for me. I was actually, if I'm going to be honest, was trying to wait and match them later, but it made more sense now. Two completely different personalities, too. Both really nice, though. Jake's a very outgoing guy, and Jackson's a very quiet, laid-back guy. But, yeah, they're both good. I mean, I can call them kids. I hate doing that, but they're both really good kids. So.
Let's go to Mike in the cage, get things moving.
On now to our fifth bout of the night. Now making his way to the NFA cage, Jake Kaiser.
Make some noise.
Personally, big fan of Jake Kaiser.
I need y'all to turn it up for Jake, man. Make some noise. Look, the reign, the title, the throne, the bragging rights, man, we came for them all. The GOAT, the best, the champ, the top dog, you can name me them all. Whoever you had at the top at number one, I'm replacing them all. No matter whoever, however, whenever, how many we take on them all. We unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. At this point, it's undeniable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. At this point, it's undeniable. I'm a benevolent God. I feel that I'm better than us. I can show that I'm colder than homies, compelling the props. Respect the shots. I am the fabulous one. Finna have an immaculate run. Yeah, I got 99 problems, but haters and foes and rappers ain't one. I feel like I came from the heavens. My name should be number 7. Cause if I ain't blessed, this luck just ain't running out. My words like a weapon. Don't make me use them on you. Cause once you were talking to through, I ate your ego for breakfast, your curry for lunch. You artist of food. The crown, the throne, respecting. The ring, the title, the belts in. The props, it's all that we got it. He want it all. Homie, he's selfish. Head to the top, but who gonna stop me? I will not fold, I'm not origami. I am a tiger, bro, I'm like Rocky. May Allah be with you, you try to stop me. I'm unstoppable. Factory, what's good? Make some noise for Jake. Just bleed. Kaiser. It's about to get real bloody, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
His opponent now making his way to the cage, fighting on the red corner, Jackson Ward.
So Jordan, you're saying.
Well, since Jake took up all his time, we can talk about him. Insert nice things. Anyway, so I've been really looking forward to this fight, especially when I saw the matchup. Like you said, two different personalities, two different styles. I mean, Jackson Ward, look at him. Young, strong, fit, big athletic legs. I mean, those guys usually are pretty powerful. And Jake Kaiser's tough. We've seen him in some tough fights, and he learned something from the last one because he got food poisoning.
Yeah.
So I was kind of telling him, just eat a little better after weigh-ins. But like you said, you wanted to match up this one later, but when it came up this time, it made sense. So I'm looking forward to a really good scrap here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight. Bodine trains with Jake. That's why he decided to come out and do that.
Warriors, yeah.
I just want to make sure that people know we're not playing favorites, but Bodine trains with him. So we saw the
Absolutely.
opportunity and made it. That's no disrespect to Jackson. However, if I'm Jackson, I'm taking it as disrespect. I'm going to use that in the cage.
Dude, if I saw a live performance before I went out there, I'm trying to whoop that ass.
Exactly. Yep, 100%.
Even with the best intentions behind it, you know.
No, 100%, yeah.
I just give me a chip. That's all I need.
Mike Kendall in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds of MMA in the NFA welterweight division. Brought to you tonight by Ozzie Smith Center, powered by Prime Health Care Centers. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'11", weighed in 171 pounds. Yields an amateur record, 2 wins, 2 defeats. Both of those wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Wise Warriors MMA, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Jake Just Bleed Kaiser. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler standing 5'11", weighed in 170 pounds. Yields an amateur record, 1 win, 1 defeat, with that win coming by way of submission. Representing ES MMA and Fitness, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Jackson Ward. Your referee, Brandon Anderson.
All right, guys, been over the rules in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any final questions for you, Blue? Final questions for you, Red? Touch gloves if you like. Step back. Let's do it.
Jackson Ward's crowd, no slouches either. They're here to cheer on their fighter.
Both are popular guys.
It's underway.
Starting off with a head kick there. So far, Jake's being the more aggressor. This is where you got to just remember that you're going against the opposite hand and not accidentally walk into some power.
Absolutely.
Yep, because it's lined up perfectly depending on the foot position.
The only one thing I've never liked though is the hopping, because I feel like it can be timed.
Yeah, if you're not careful, it can be for sure. Or you fake the hop and come with the 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll depend how he uses it. Just eating those leg kicks right now. There we go. Jackson might be being a little more cautious too after his last fight, because he was really aggressive last fight and ended up getting himself caught.
Kaiser's doing a good job of targeting that lead leg.
Different pace than our last one.
Slightly. A little more calculated.
Yeah.
I like it.
Ooh, nice. That was a nice kick into that jab.
And this is the first time we're reminded this is an MMA match.
Surprised he chose to grapple here. He must just have felt it when he got in. Sometimes it's hard to turn that off.
Yeah, or he might just be trying to change the pace a bit, just to show a little bit so Jackson doesn't get too comfortable. But more likely Jordan's right. He's usually right over me.
Wow,
nice.
Incredible takedown.
Very nice by Jake.
Beautiful, Jake. There you go, Jake. Hey, you got the head knock, Joe. Keep that pressure.
I think this is the most calm Jake's looked too.
Keep roll, Joe. Don't get rolled. Keep it down. Keep his head. There you go. Fight surprise.
Good job by Ward to get back to guard.
Say active.
Looked like he was wanting a hammer fist.
I was thinking. I was just hoping he wasn't going to throw an elbow. That's what I was worried about at first.
See, it's very underrated strikes off your back. People act like you can't generate power that way. It's not true.
Does not feel good.
Even if not, what I used to like to do is like smack the ears, and that is people hate
I've
that.
seen people get a little, I won't say knocked out, I've seen people get dizzy from punches from bottom.
Oh, it just
I've seen people get knocked out that way.
And it's annoying. It's just, you ring, then your ears are ringing, and yeah, it throws off your equilibrium. That's my big word for the day, guys.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Jefferson County, what's up?
His guard is open, though, so there is opportunity to pass, but he's got to watch this.
Oh, yeah, long legs. Long strong. Oh, if he can hold, if
Does he have
Jake can
time?
hold on, yeah.
Wow, that was nice. It was a nice setup there.
Yeah, Jake's just holding on. He knew it. Wow.
Wow.
Still with us.
Oh, did you see the big breath, dude? Jake took a big breath at the end, too. He was in. Saved by the bell.
Ward did a great job setting that up and catching it.
And it gives Ward some confidence because, you know, there it could have been frustrating. Now he gets up like, all right.
Yeah. Well, and so it's an attitude thing. A lot of these positions are attitude issues. So whenever he was down, he didn't sit there and go, oh, okay, let me try and shrimp and move back. He was throwing strikes and punches, and that kind of sets up the pulling away from the person on top where you can set up these triangle attempts or even just getting up.
Do you feel that Kaiser showed enough that he has a superior ground game from top in that first round?
I think the strikes negated a lot, and those are hard to train in the training room because you're not getting hit like that by your teammates. If you are, you need to find a different gym.
Agreed.
But he just knows he can't settle down there and move to it. But a lot of times, I mean, these guys are young. One big movement can set everything else back up.
Well, talking to Kaiser has questioned Ward's ground game. So that might have been the game plan, which would make sense because like Jordan said, he looked like he was doing good standing but then decided to clinch up. So the game plan may have been the ground, but that may change it with that triangle and the aggression off his back.
Second round underway. It starts with a kick.
Because that last round's now a tough one to score because scoring-wise, you would give it to Jake, but it ended in a submission. So how did the judges use that?
Again, yeah, because some judges, they got that short memory. Yep. So, yeah, you're right. It's all personality. These boys just need to remember it's a 3-round fight. And Ward looks like he's showing that either way.
He's going to feel that leg tomorrow.
Yeah,
and Kaiser's going to feel his toes after that last one.
Yeah. I was thinking that Ward hasn't really been checking him. He's just kind of eating them. And those thick thighs, he's going to feel it.
Jake's a slip
there. Jake did a little, like, get off me, and and then Ward slipped on something. Oh, good. That was a good throw by both. Jake going for another shot.
He's got to fight the hands here.
Yeah. That's the problem with shooting on a big, strong guy, though, because if they get on top of you, that sucks. Shots are so tiring anyway. Yeah, Ward's just putting that pressure on him now.
Excellent transition to the side, though.
If I was Jake, I'd either sit out and stand up or roll and try to get in the guard.
Do not give up your back.
And I would listen to what his corners tell him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nope.
Yeah, counter whatever they're saying, exactly.
Looks like he's setting up an arm triangle here.
Oh, that might be in.
He's got to push his head into his head, and it'll sync it up a little bit better.
Yeah, he's going to have to adjust because Jake's stopping him from walking. I mean, Ward looks strong, so you can finish this with pure strength.
If he doesn't quite have the skill set, what's that going to do to his arms, Jordan?
It'll kind of gas him out a little bit. It'll give him a nice little neck crank on Kaiser's part, but this is one of those you have to thread it right to have it. And if it was completely in, it would be done by now.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's been lasting too long for it to actually be tight.
It's just a small little gap that can make all that difference, really.
Good rollout by Kaiser, but also good follow by Ward on that, too.
Absolutely. Stay right on top. He's on him like a blanket.
Shout out to Prime Health Centers for making this one happen evenly matched.
So I did lean Kaiser the first round, but I agree with Jordan. It could go either way. But I say Ward's this one. So my card, I may have him 1-1.
And that little hook right there, where he's got him extended, that's a pain to deal with.
The leg's bruised. You got a good shot of that leg right there being all bruised up though.
Yes,
it's definitely taking some heat.
Purple.
You got a footprint on it.
Loud one.
I think that's frustration coming out, if I'm being honest.
Lance, what are you telling Kaiser as you got probably maybe 1-1?
I say mix it up on the hands and do not shoot unless you think you have it. Because obviously the shot's gotten him in trouble there. Again, Ward's a big guy. You don't want that guy on you. Or if you miss a shot, bail and get up. Don't just hang around there.
Same thing for Ward, Dowdy.
Well, I wouldn't shoot out in the open if I was Ward right now. I'd get him against the fence, get him sitting in a chair. And sorry, for Kaiser. For Kaiser, I would try and back him against the fence, get him like almost like sitting, leaning against the fence to take him down. The shots out in the open are working. For Ward, I'm going to tell him keep doing what you're doing because it seems like whenever you're striking back, he's trying to shoot and take you down, and you're doing a good job of blanketing him And just making him carry your weight there, that is exhausting on the legs.
I would say if you're Ward and you land a good combo, be ready for a shot.
Kaiser's getting hyped up in his corner. I like that. I like the energy. I think we're going to see a great third round. Ward ready as well.
So it's two personalities. I told you.
Absolutely. Dancing, conversations, Kaiser.
And that's why he's a fan favorite.
That's right.
Like I said, he has fun.
Let's get this, Jake.
Good show of respect.
Final round of our fifth fight.
I think both these kids have bright futures no matter how this turns out.
Yeah, I love the work ethic.
Just one may go home a little more humble.
That's the sport. Interested to see if they'll separate or if Ward's going to try and just keep this close.
I would keep it there.
Yeah,
I'm dominant position right here. I'm landing strikes. I'm going to make you have to get out.
And we've seen in a couple of Kaiser's past fights, he sometimes struggles with his back on the cage. However, that was against our, when in a kickboxing match against Steph, and Steph's a whole different beast, so maybe I shouldn't judge him on that.
Could happen to a lot of people.
There it is. Good.
And that might have done it. He might have just ended the fight with a knee.
Yep. Or what do they call it? Illegal knee.
Are they going to say it was low? I couldn't really see from here.
I had a bad angle as well. It looked like a rib. I thought for sure it was either a liver or rib shot, something along those lines, but
I can only go off the screen because I literally have a pad in front of me. I have a post vista in front of me. But yeah, clearly a legal hit. He's sent to a neutral corner.
Yeah, I don't think Jake would lie about that if it was like
Let's
that.
see the replay, see if we can see what we have.
Oh, well, that's the crumble.
Immediately grabs low.
There we go. Production truck. Let's see here.
Oh, he's going to puke.
Boom.
Yeah, low. Still can't quite see it, but
yeah,
I mean, he grabbed right for him.
Yeah. Our production, the production team tried. They're just unfortunately they were like right underneath the camera, so it's a hard shot to get.
Sportsmanship abound. Everyone's understanding of the situation.
Yeah.
Never good.
Well, even sometimes if the knee lands clean, the shin hits the.
Let's go, Jake!
Yeah.
Without question.
There's maybe no future Kaisers. Yeah, clearly accidental.
Love shown from both sides.
Yeah. Good catch by the ref there, because that was quick.
That was good.
Absolutely. A little less than 2 minutes remain to finish this one out.
It's good to see Brandon back. We were hard on him last time he was here, so it's good to see him improve his game as a referee as well.
Go behind is yours all day. Just take your time.
Yeah, that's what they're not supposed to do. Some don't.
And I had talked with him, and honestly, he took the criticism very well. So
it's a thankless job, really.
It is, 100%. It's a hard job, too.
There you go. See? Got him against the fence. Easier to take down against the fence.
There you go, smash, Jake.
He did shoot in the middle, though. He just drove him back there.
Drove him to the fence. Out in the open, it's too hard. Guys are too fast anymore. You have to really sell those.
Now he's got to do something with it, though. He still may be trying to recover, though, too.
And Ward's staying active. Again, he's going to look for those strikes from bottom again, too.
There he goes with those little shots. Kaiser holding on strong. Ward's trying to get separation, just can't.
Stay square, stay square.
And this is the hard one. He's got a cross face, but he has to be careful not to slice him with an elbow either.
Well, where do you two stand? If he's not advancing, are we just giving him time? Are we letting him set up? Where do you feel Kaiser's activity?
The refs. I feel like
he's looking to pass now.
Yeah,
that's the thing refs don't understand about jiu-jitsu. Sometimes you got to cook them a bit. And honestly, if they can't get up, that's their fault.
Agree.
And I do think the ref should give a warning before just standing it too.
Because sometimes you could end up at least a submission attempt.
Kaiser took a risk there. Kind of backfired, but it's close to the end of the round, so it may not hurt him too bad.
Final seconds.
Well, with it being close, it was a good risk to take, just in case he could collect that neck there.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Big strikes. Big strikes.
We're trying to make a final impression on the judges. Good fight.
This is going to be close.
Yeah. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard for me when there's a long stoppage like that, because I kind of almost forget the first part of that round, focusing on the low blow. I remember they were over there. There was good strikes, but I remember Ward had control on the cage, dropped him, and then there Kaiser got the takedown. But then Kaiser went for that choke as well. Yeah, I'm not sure on this one either.
Well, Ozzie Smith Center, powered by Prime Health Centers, made this one happen in our 5th fight of the evening. Judges have a tough one to decide here. We'll get the official word in just a moment, live at the Factory, St. Louis tonight on a Friday. Thank you if you're tuning in on the pay-per-view. Be sure to tell a friend, tag us. If you're watching at home, take a picture. Let us know what's going on. Make sure you're following that Instagram and Facebook, and let us know you're having a good time. We're having a blast out here at the Factory. We got Brad running around, Marlene's running around. Everybody's working hard. Shout out to Media Outlaws and all of our wonderful production partners making it happen tonight. They're showing the replays. They've got a camera on us tonight. Jordan Dowdy put it in his rider, and he said, I need my face to be more accessible to the
Jordan
public.
said, I have 2 requests. Adam Sella cannot be in the booth, and I need a camera on me.
Thank God. And we're here, and we're with that. As a slim and trim Adam Sella is within arm's reach of me, so I'm going to shut up.
He's been rubbing my leg. It's fine.
I'm proud of you, too, and I'm happy for you. We'll get the official decision here. And just what these guys, I think they're going to go out for beverages after this. They look like they're friends already.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. And the judges score this bout 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Jackson Ward.
And that's where I was going to have to lean on it, too, because he ended the first round in a submission, and he just held a little bit more dominant positions there toward the end.
I was about to call. I was going to say Jordan called that 130-20. He did say that that could possibly be with being in control in the beginning and the end of the round. I would have gave it 29-28.
Same here, but you know the judges have a super tough.
Well, perfect example. All 3 of us right here. I mean,
yeah, I'm thinking 29-28. I wouldn't have been. Honestly, if it would have went to Kaiser 29-28, I wouldn't have been surprised. I don't know if that would have been the right call.
Yeah, I was leaning a little bit towards Jackson, but
yeah, the 30-27 throws me off, but I get it. I do.
Well, that's why I thought him jumping for that submission attempt there at the end was a good idea. Yeah. You know, cover your bases. Yeah. Know that you went for it.
And there wasn't much time for Jackson to do a whole lot if he got in a bad position.
Absolutely. Big win. That closes out the 5th fight of the evening. Again, shout out to Ozzie Smith Center, powered by Prime Health Centers. Chris Denman, Jordan Dowdy, that guy Lance DeClue, doubling as matchmaker and commentator. Sorry, analysis and analyzer. What's your nickname?
Commentator's fine.
There it is. Silencer.
Silence. Yeah.
Making it happen. We've got all kinds of good stuff happen. Our 6th fight of the night is going to have Alex Tremaine versus Gabby Labby. And that fight's brought to you. Libby. Got it.
Libby. I've known her since she was little.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's brought to you by JC's AC. You know what? I've got Mike Kendall in the cage. Why don't we take advantage of that moment? And we'll hear his voice right now.
On now to fight number 6 of the evening. Now making her way to the NFA cage, Gabrielle B.
There it is. Libby. Chris, do some show preparation next time.
Come on, Chris.
So Gabby has been out for a while, but she's been kickboxing for a long time. She started at a gym called Premier Martial Arts when she was a teenager, and that was in Collinsville, Illinois. She actually did like an exhibition boxing match behind the gym that I used to train at years ago. She's been training for a long time, getting your toes back in, helping people like Lily and all that, and Heltons and all them get ready for their matches as they go around the world competing in kickboxing. So she's still been training, and she's found a home now at the church where she's having fun again. I talked to her. She looks good. She looks lean. I'm excited to see her back because even whenever she was younger, she was very skilled.
Yeah, I think she said she had her first fight in 2006.
Yeah, it's
wow.
Yeah.
That's some experience. Looks great. Gonna have a great night. Church of Jamie represented once again. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, she's a hard one to match because of her experience too. But on the other end, Alex is as tough as they come. Alex Tremaine, her opponent, also decently seasoned and very tough.
I love it. She's made it to the cage. Another kickboxing match underway. Mike's going to tell us about our next fighter for the evening.
Her opponent now making her way to the cage, Alex Tremaine.
I was saying there was a fight where Alex got her tooth knocked out and kept going. So It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a hard one to finish for Gabby to get the finish on.
We're getting some harassment from inside the cage tonight. The referee coming over and making sure we see him.
He's doing some meeting hip calls on me. All right. I love Josh Stewart.
I was gonna say, and by harassment I mean welcome
advances. Yes.
Without question.
Yeah, Alex Tremaine's another one that sometimes it's hard. There's a spot in women's kickboxing that when they hit a certain point, it's hard to find them a fight that they haven't already had.
Right.
So this is another one of those.
Well, we've got 3-2 versus 3-0,
but both have tremendous experience.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds of amateur kickboxing in the NFA strawweight division, brought to you tonight by AC's JC. Now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, this American kickboxer stands 5'4", weighed in at 114 pounds. She holds an amateur record, 16 wins, 6 defeats with 2 draws, 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing the Church of Jamie and Metro Kickboxing, fighting out of Caseyville, Illinois, Gabrielle the Hornet Labie. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, is a Dutch-style kickboxer standing 5'1", weighed in 111.4 pounds. She holds an amateur kickboxing record, 3 wins, 2 defeats. Representing St. Charles MMA, fighting out of Maryland Heights, Missouri, Alex Tremaine. Your referee, Josh Stewart.
Ladies, we've already went over the expectations. Listen for my instructions. Protect yourself at all times. You guys want to touch them up? Go right ahead.
For Josh Stewart's smirk making me laugh.
He's trying to blame us. Look at that. He's trying to blame us. We didn't do nothing.
You know what? We're here for a very serious journalistic endeavor this evening.
Sanctioned violence.
Quick start here.
Oh, nice
out of a
body
kick.
Good teep return by Gabby there.
You all set us up right. Something about the feel and just the movement coming right in. You can tell there's a lot of experience.
As you guys know, I'm obviously MMA heavy due to my background, but like every now and then there's a kickboxing match that really gets me excited. This was one of them.
As soon as I saw Gabby on the card, I was excited because I haven't seen her compete in a while, but I know the skill she has.
It also helps they're both super nice again.
It's an important part of dealing with people.
Yeah, I'm biased on that because I got to talk to them and their coaches.
Wow,
so.
Good check hook there by Gabby. Tremaine's just coming forward.
Yeah.
She's throwing volume too.
One of those Terminator styles.
Both very skilled.
Yeah. Again, you know, I was lucky to find 2 skilled female kickboxers that haven't fought already. Doesn't happen often for me. Without bringing, somebody in from very far.
Absolutely.
And bouncing around, not plodding. Man.
Oh, nice push kick.
Very nice teep.
Push kick. Alex knew too. As soon as Alex hit the ground, she said, "Dang." She knew that one was going to count. And that's the problem, though, coming forward sometimes. If you got somebody that can counter that with the front kick. And now Gabby
needs to be real careful dropping the head like that. Went off to the side as she kicked and was wide open.
Good.
Man, this one's fun.
Yeah, very technical. I love it. Yeah.
And Gabby, big old smile after she heard the bell ring. Very impressive from both.
Great matchup so far. JC's AC making it happen.
Obviously, this one's easy for us with the knockdown, so it's obviously Gabby's round.
Yeah, we've got a 1-0.
I didn't know a teep was a knockdown like that. Just
if it's for a counter and it's basically a power connection, yeah.
Okay.
Now, if it's just like a push, but because Gabby, it was a hit, not a push. It's not a trip.
Okay.
Kind of same with a punch. You know, sometimes you'll see a punch push them down and they'll call it a slip, but if it's an actual hit. And I think Alex agreed with that, because like I said, when she hit the ground, she said, you know, dang. Like she knew, I think she knew that was going to count as a drop.
Corners have them ready, coming out for the second round. We'll see more action.
Both look ready. Neither one can stop moving.
Absolutely not.
Both in shape, both very skilled.
Both excited to fight, because again, it's usually hard to match them.
And Alex does a really good job of keeping her right hand tight in range.
Yeah, it's a nice diversity of two different styles. Alex is starting to back off a bit more than she was in the first round. I don't know if something connected or she's just trying to be more patient.
Combinations landing.
There was so they both were throwing the same there. The problem was Gabby had the reach advantage on that one. Oh, good knee.
Oh, action for the spin.
That rocked her a bit. That rocked her, but like I said, Tremaine is tough. It's going to be hard to finish her. Tremaine's trying to get her grips back. Oh, yeah, that spinning back, that definitely hurt. It looks like Tremaine's bleeding from the nose, too.
And he just took a knee directly to the solar plexus.
Now you just got to be careful that Gabby doesn't start feeling it too much.
I was about to say, it looked like she thought about a spinning heel kick in just a second, which, hey, if she can land it, then
she can land
more
it.
power to
You just
her.
don't want to be overzealous. All right, Alex is getting, so Tremaine's been warned to start fighting back.
Gabby just swarming.
Yeah, she's a swarmer. I think she smelled, she's smelling the blood in the waters. There it is. Good fight, though. Very good fight.
Good luck matching her again, Alex.
Wearing the black and the yellow, delivers the sting. Big win. Dominant win with a game opponent.
Yeah, game opponent, too. Man, that was impressive. That was really impressive.
Yeah, I didn't like how Gabby screamed over my head right there. I got scared.
She had to let people know.
Yeah, I got a little scared. I was like, wait.
Sure, Jamie riding high tonight.
Once again, though, Tremaine showed her toughness. It was a great fight. I think it was that spinning back, though. When that spinning back fist hit, Tremaine started trying to recover, and Gabby just didn't let her.
That was a fun fight. It's probably my favorite fight of the night so far.
Yeah, it was a good. Patty and
They're talking about all Lance's babies.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple.
We've got plenty to choose from. It's been an exciting night of fights so far. Plenty more to come. Don't forget, co-main features Irfan versus Dylan Willie. Am I saying that right? Willie?
Yeah.
All right. I was like, don't get me on the Wiley. NFA title main event. That's Dakota Bush, Scotty Stockman, brought to you by Kind Goods. It's going to be a big one. That's for lightweight title here at NFA19. NFA 20 right around the corner. Excited to talk about that more. We'll get the official decision in just a second from Mike Kendall in the cage at the factory.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 48 seconds into the second round. Declaring your winner by TKO, Gabrielle the Hornet Lapie.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I just don't know. That Patty and Javi fight was pretty.
It's tough. We've got some great matchups. 14-second knockout to kick off the night. Not a bad way to start it. I believe Mike has some news for us right now.
Chesterfield, be on the lookout for Jam's Donuts coming soon to the district.
I don't know why he had to look me right in the eye as he said the donut shop is
All I know is my kill switch just shot me, so I'm glad it wasn't on. Camera wasn't on us. I said, what the?
Well, I'm excited for Jam's Donuts to make it here in the district. Who wants a replay? I do. Let's see it. What do we have?
Do it.
Oh, what's the replay of the Jams doing it?
No, never mind. Production's messing with us.
Logan Jones versus Derek Davis up next. You know Logan brings heat in the crowd department, the fight department. Adam Sella, we know he's familiar with him. He's going to be excited for that one, as Sella is to the right of us. Logan Jones versus Derek Davis, presented by Ozzie Smith Center, powered by Prime Health Centers. And you know the evening is presented by Kind Goods. They've got a smoke deck here tonight. They're making that happen. So big shout out to the St. Louis business, Kind Goods, and our friends at Prime Health Centers. Fight 7 on the clock. Let's go to Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, now making his way to the NFA cage, Derek Davis.
Lance, what can we expect out of Derek Davis as his music's about to hit and he's coming out? Logan Jones, again, fan favorite, crowd favorite. What do we have here? We've seen Derek as well, too.
Sorry, I was scared to touch my kill switch again. So Derek is one of those fighters that's going to depend. You're going to have to flip a coin. It's one of those, he either comes as a total package or sometimes he will get in his head and break down. He's promised me tonight he's coming to fight. I hope that's true because he is a great fighter when he does come up to fight. But like I said, it's going to depend on which one, and we'll know by the first time he gets hit.
He was really impressive in his last fight. His record does not indicate the skill set I saw.
No.
And Logan is tough. Logan's had a lot of success in NFA. I'm excited to see what this one's going to be because the matchup itself just kind of excites me.
Yeah, that's a perfect point. That last fight, that's the Derek Davis I know. That's the Derek Davis I've seen in the training room. I used to train him way back when. But like I said, sometimes he crumbles on pressure, and he thinks he's got that fixed now.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent now making his way to the cage, Logan Jones.
Also, Derek asked for this fight. He thought Logan would be, no disrespect, he said, I think me and Logan would be a good fight. I reached out to Logan. Logan's like, yeah, let's do it. Real quick answer, good to go. Now we know this is Adam Sella favorite.
Logan Jones versus Derek Davis. Jones coming out with the energy. Crowd's happy as always.
Logan's up a weight class, and I think it fits him. He had such hard cuts. He's a thick boy, and he's a muscle shark.
Wasn't he up a weight class his last time he was here? The last time he was in NFA, I thought he was up a weight class, and he looked good.
Maybe, yeah, you might be. I think you're right, and he was able to show his striking skills finally as well. Yeah. I think you were correct. Yeah, I was trying to think if that was the one. I thought the last one though. I thought maybe there was a weight issue, and then they agreed to go up after a bad cut. But I'm not sure on that. I know that happened one time, but I can't remember if it was last time or not.
At a certain point, it's diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see who's ready tonight.
Matching his teammate with the purple short. You don't think they just swapped them off in the back, do you?
I mean, you never know.
Well, we'll see if we get the interview afterwards to find out that pertinent information.
I don't put anything past Logan. I don't see that in Jackson, but I don't know about Logan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds of MMA in the NFA featherweight division, brought to you tonight by the Ozzie Smith Center, powered by Prime Health Centers. Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5'10", weight in 154.6 pounds. He holds an amateur record of 2 wins, 5 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout and 1 by way of submission. Representing Han MMA, fighting out of Barnhart, Missouri, Derek Vitamin D Davis. His opponent fighting out of the red corner is a striking Viking standing 5'7", weight in 145.1 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 3 wins, 2 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing ES MMA and Fitness, fighting out of Hillsboro, Missouri, Logan Hulk Hogan Jones. Your referee is Brandon Anderson.
All right, guys, bend over the rules in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any final questions from you, Blue? Final questions to you, Red? Touch gloves, step back. Let's do it.
This is honestly one of the first cards where up and down the card, I genuinely like both fighters on both sides up and down the card.
I just know in Missouri, Hillsboro and Barnhart get together. Throw out the records, people.
Close the hole.
Oh, goes for the head kick right off the bat.
No.
Derek showing pressure.
Don't chase. Find your edge. Be smart.
Derek acknowledging, okay. So this is a good sign. So Derek took that hit, and he's looking like he hasn't lost any confidence. So we should be seeing the Derek that we know can fight really well.
Everything's a rush.
Oh, good knee.
Hey, you're there, buddy.
Gentleman coming out swinging to start.
Oh, nice overhand by Logan.
Yeah,
Thought about
Logan,
a shot.
Logan is quick.
That was kind of smart by Derek. He went to lose his footing, so he just shoved him off of him before.
Why not?
I like to see more of those inside leg kicks from Derek. That looked like it worked well.
It landed very hard, too.
Well, he says, hey, I can hit your head, too. You got to be careful on that lean back, though. If Logan would have committed more, he might have been able to hit that chin. Good defense, yeah. See some. Well, this is, as we talk about, this is the Han Gym's bread and butter is this cage work. They like that grueling style. Logan giving up the back.
Ooh, those hurt.
I'm just happy that we got the Derek we know that can do his thing.
He came out of the chute swinging, and he's ready and he's confident. Like he said, landed those kicks. His knees are nasty.
That's Han. That's what they do is this cage work right here. They grind and just knee you down, and then you look for their catch wrestling after your war down.
Jordan, what's Logan looking to do here?
He's got to peel the grip here. Whether it was around his waist or not, he's got to break that grip and turn, which he did. And now you want to win the head position battle.
Yeah, Logan needs to use some of his counter wrestling to get this spun around. There he goes. Now we'll see how Derek does off his back.
Short time remaining. Let's see what these gentlemen have at the end of the first round.
Derek's got a deep wizard in. Logan doing a good job on that, hitting that nerve on the jaw with his head. So that the one thing that wizard will stop is from Logan dropping down and getting that takedown. So here's where Logan wants to be patient, and where Derek switched up on the wizard, that's when he wants to make his move, if he wants to take it down.
You know those knees hurt when they start throwing them back at each other.
Yeah, exactly. Good show of sportsmanship there.
Same thing in the training room. Someone hits you with a body shot, you immediately want that body shot back.
Exactly.
Great first round. Going to be probably leaning towards Derek on that.
I think Derek had the control. So Derek controlled the cage most of that round. I think he had the more strikes as well. I would definitely give that first round to Derek. But Logan's definitely not out of this.
No, and I'm curious too, Jordan, Lance, chime in on this one. I mean, if you're Logan's corner, aren't you wanting him to go to his bread and butter, which is clearly wrestling?
Yeah, he's been working a lot on his striking though, so I don't know if that, if he had a heavy striking camp, sometimes you forget you have other tools until you get hurt.
What I would say is I saw Davis's hands a little below his chin. I would attack his body, and once his hands started reacting to the body shots, I'd go low high. I'd switch levels there. And then if his hands go real high or low, if he starts biting on that and you're still not scoring, he still has to defend. That's when you shoot.
You can tell there's a lot of respect in here too.
Yeah, like I said, they both wanted the fight, but it wasn't like a malice. They saw it as an exciting fight.
Oh. See how he kind of drops to parry that body shot?
Yeah, I'm wondering if Logan doesn't throw a head kick on those hands drop.
Well, what's saving Derek too is Logan is a little shorter in stature, so he's getting away with that lean back, but you get away with it till you don't.
To the
it's
body.
Very dangerous. Especially with he's kind of got his chin up too.
So watch, he's been attacking the body. Watch Logan try and come up high. If he gets the space, yep.
Oh, nice throw.
Counter might end it, and it absolutely ends it. He's out cold. Huge.
It's just a little hook right on the button.
He came to.
Wow.
Let's see the replay. An unbelievable finish.
It's quick.
Ooh,
Right on the chin, and his mouth was open. Yep.
Derek Davis.
Got to bite down on that mouthpiece, guys.
Logan Jones being tended to by our.
Was there
cage
another
side
punch
team.
landed after he hit the ground?
He came to.
He went to come back up, and then right there.
It didn't. I think.
I don't know
he
if that one
pulled
hit
it
or
a
not.
little,
Yeah.
too.
It's hard to tell from that angle.
So the problem here is his mouth's right there. His mouth's open right on the button, and his body just.
He didn't pull too much.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
one more land.
Maybe, yeah.
It was tough because he was coming in and out during that.
Well,
first
Derek
kick.
has deceiving power too. So I mean, he throws those short strikes. I've been hit with a couple. I remember.
Derek with another solid win, man. He's working his way back up.
Well, that's all he needs, that confidence. That's what he needed. 'Cause like we talked about, he's better than his record shows. He lacks confidence.
Oh, and clearly Logan Jones respected him as well. But man, that's tough to see him go down. He is being tended to by our cage side physician.
Looks like he's getting up. Yeah, keep him on that stool though. Well, I think we got our first contender for knockout of the night.
And Munoz was also one.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was supposed to be my fight of the night. I'm still mad at them. I guess I'm mad at Munoz for winning so fast.
Well, fireworks ending. We are so happy to see Logan up and being tended to, sitting up on his own. Big shout out to our physicians, cage side, our nurse, our whole team, taking great care of him as they do for all of our NFA fighters in situations like this.
Absolutely. Good game plan by Derek.
Without question. And it was something, too, you called it at the beginning, Lance. You said if he comes out confident, we're excited to see that. You know Logan's coming out confident. So hard to see the finish like that. Obviously, there's two both locally trained, local-born fighters making it happen. So much respect in the cage, but a huge win.
I knew it was going to be a fight when Logan connected. Davis acknowledged he connected, but kept coming forward instead of going back. That's how you can tell. Good sportsmanship here. Very good sportsmanship. You know I love that. Like I said, they thought it was going to be an exciting fight. That's why they wanted to fight, and it was.
Yeah, both fighters will come back strong. Obviously, tough for Jones, but he'll come back. Davis gets the win and gets the glory for that one. That one was brought to you by Ozzie Smith Center, powered by Prime Health Centers. We'll get your official decision here in just a moment as we confirm everybody's good to go. Logan Jones is going to go ahead and be there for the official decision. Mike Kendall in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Brandon Anderson, calls a stop to this fight in 37 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner by knockout, Derek Vitamin D Davis.
Another solid win by Derek Davis.
Yes. That's a winning streak.
It is, and he can only build off of that. Yeah. So I'm sure he'll win in on the next one and just keep moving forward on that.
Like I said, if he keeps building up that confidence, he's going to be a very dangerous man.
Well, you do, and they're still amateur.
Yeah.
Right? So you can do this. This is where you learn. This is where you work those kinks out. And if you want to take it to the next level, NFA is here for you. Get that pro fight in whenever the time.
And I apologize backstage. I'm hard on Derek because I used to train him, and I know the fighter he could be, and I've seen the fighter that he hasn't been. And sometimes I'm extra hard on him, and I got to remind myself he's no longer my student, but he still seems to appreciate it. Thank goodness. But yeah, I did apologize. I was at weigh-ins. I was a little hard on him. He missed weight, and I came out a little unbiased because I was disappointed in him, and I apologized today and said, I am too hard on you. I'm not your coach anymore. Yeah, I just know he's a better fighter than he's shown us before in the past. So.
Well, we'd love to see it. We've got a kickboxing match up next. It's Ty Perkeet versus Chris Karagianis. That's brought to you by HKA USA. Let's hear about it from our guy Mike Kendall in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, on now to our 8th bout of the evening now, making his way to the NFA cage, Chris Karagianis.
Another Church of Jamie representative, Chris Karagianis, coming out first. Church of Jamie having a night so far. He's going to come out ready. He's going to be conditioned, and we'll see where where his skill set lies. Lance, how do you feel about Chris?
I trained him as a kid when he was a little kid, and back then he was stubborn and hard-nosed, and I've talked to Jamie. He still is stubborn and hard-nosed. He doesn't acknowledge pain, and Jamie said there's times he has to put him in check because he starts getting the better of him. So that shows you where his skill level is. Also, both coaches wanted me to put a title in this fight. Apparently, these two are like one of the top kickboxers in our area, and unfortunately, we're not big in the kickboxing, so we didn't do a title. But the kickboxing community has been on me about basically this is like number 1, number 2 in this weight class. So we should have fireworks.
That should make a really good fight. Because I mean, it's nice when you have an entire gym competing the same night, like a handful, 3 or 4 people. It just builds good momentum, and they've had success so far tonight, and he's looking to carry it on.
Well, it's so exciting to see your teammates succeed, and we'll throw it to Mike, who's our teammate.
His opponent now making his way to the NFA cage, Ty Brackett.
And this is someone I've heard a lot about through people I know that train under Chad Mueller, and I've heard nothing but like amazing things about this kid. And this is my first time seeing him in action, so I'm excited to watch this one.
Well, and obviously, Chad's got the top striking promotion in our area, so if he has high talks, they're legit.
Ty Brackett coming out, looks ready, focused.
I mean, and again, you got the 2 top, I'll say arguably, but you got the two top Muay Thai kickboxing gyms in our area. Both these gyms have a big focus on that.
I think we're in for a real treat here. Man, these guys just keep getting younger and younger.
I know, right? Yeah.
I just get more gray every day.
And we don't say the same age.
Oh. And like I said, I'm seeing kids that I train now in there, and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, that's right. I guess you are that. I guess I am that old.
I saw a shout out to Marcus Hayden, Thoroughbred Wrestling Academy. I went to high school with Marcus. We did an event when Thoroughbred kicked off, whenever Michael Chandler and Marcus Hayden opened that up. I believe Ben Askren was involved as well. Long story short, I saw a child that was starting there become an All-American.
Wow, yeah.
Wait. I'm sorry. That's the kid with the bowl cut? Like, that was him. It's wild to see, but I love that martial arts is so prevalent in the St. Louis area.
It's that double-edged sword. You're so proud to see it, but then it hurts your soul. You're like, how old am I? Oh.
Mike Kendall, tell us about it.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds of amateur kickboxing in the NFA flyweight division, brought to you tonight by HKA USA, the official glove of the NFA. Now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This Dutch-style kickboxer stands 5'6", weighed in 125.9 pounds. He holds an amateur kickboxing record, 3 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout. Representing the Church of Jamie, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Chris Karagiannis. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, is a Muay Thai kickboxer standing 5'9", weighed in 123.9 pounds. He holds an amateur kickboxing record, 3 wins, 1 defeat. Representing Maryville Muay Thai, fighting out of Collinsville, Illinois, Ty Brackett. Your referee, Josh Stewart.
Gentlemen, we went over the expectations in the back. Listen for any instructions and protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch them, let's do it. Let's have a fight.
Now, on that note, I am a happily retired pro no matter what Jordan Dowdy tries to talk me into.
Out of the gate, Brackett said, I've got a high kick for you.
Holy cow. Here we go. Oh, my goodness.
Fire.
Goodness gracious. I don't even, I can't get a word in. There we go. Josh giving us a little second to breathe. Wow. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I don't.
This is hard to ref.
This really is.
Wow.
And you see what I mean? Chris still just takes him and just goes forward.
Without question, Brackett's just coming. Karagiannis showing how tough he is as well.
Gracious.
Front row action for us here at the commentators table. My goodness.
And good mixing it up too. They're not just like throwing. They're doing good. Body, head, everywhere. Oh, Ty suckered him in that uppercut there. That was nice.
Brackett was over there smiling against the fence. Wow.
Ooh,
Did
nice
you see
knee.
the knee that just landed on the right rib?
Karagiannis just keeps walking through those knees. It's kind of unbelievable.
I told you. He was like that as a kid, too. He's built different. That's all I'll say. Look, yeah, Josh even have to push him back.
Push Karagiannis back.
Karagiannis like, no, I want to go forward. Grab that leg and then start hitting with punches. Yeah, look at that kill. He's got that kill switch in his eyes. And he just ate another. Oh, my goodness. Spinning back fist.
What a kickboxing match we are seeing here at NFA19.
Goodness gracious. Wow. I don't even know.
Did Stewart get the win? And now Stewart was all over the place. My goodness.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know how to score
I
that.
have no clue, man.
Because Karagiannis just kept coming forward, and he was landing his own shots, and Brackett was landing some knees that, I feel like would have stopped a mortal man.
Yeah,
but
without question, that short, I'm picturing it over and over, that right knee he threw right in here in his ribs. And, oh, goodness.
Thank you, Chad and Jamie. You were right. I did not realize.
Right. Maryville Muay Thai and the Church of Jamie being represented quite well.
Goodness gracious.
In this, in the 8th fight of the night. Couple more left. This is adding some spice to the evening.
I don't even say goodness gracious. I think I said it like 50 times.
I said G. Willikers. I don't know if you heard me say that.
Gosh.
Just do it in a deeper voice when you say it.
Karagiannis, Brackett, round 2. We'll see if there's any more after this.
Jordan just had the big eyes the whole time. And here we go.
And they're right back at it.
A lot of times the fight can speak for itself.
Yeah, I don't think we need to talk a whole lot. Just enjoy the action. Goodness. Hey. Karagiannis actually backed up on his own.
Wow.
Yeah, see what I mean though? Like, Chris he just doesn't know how to go backwards.
Does not.
The ref literally is having to pull him back.
It's always my turn, he says.
Oh! The smile in there. These guys are having fun.
I thought maybe he got the best of Brackett there, but Brackett came right back and was ready with the right.
Brackett's island on my feet. Cat-like reflexes, literally. Woo! Oh my goodness. He's just
5 knees in a row.
Just kept
4.
going forward. Oh. There's an old fighter, but he was a heavyweight named Cabbage, and that's what Chris is reminding me of. He would just eat and come forward. And a lot of times his fights were stopped while he was still standing because the refs felt sorry for him. And Brackett's landing. Those are, Brackett's, he's landing solid. It's just Chris is wrestling term no selling. Throwing some head kicks, none of those are landing. I guess he might as well try something else if the knees aren't stopping him.
20 seconds remain. Will it make it to the end of the round?
Oh, nice.
Left from Brackett.
Huge.
Karagiannis comes right back. Working the body.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, nice knee switch. Oh, I think we saw the first time that I think Chris felt that one.
And Brackett said, keep it coming.
Yeah. Woo! Even Brackett's kind of blinking his eyes like, is this guy human?
I think Karagiannis probably hates a round break because then he has to stop and realize what he's feeling.
It looks like his corner's having to shove him back in the corner.
And
Like,
let's talk about no stool.
Unbelievable.
That base?
Goodness gracious. Wow.
Well, the crowd's excited. Kind Goods has made all of this possible tonight, so shout out to them. And this fight in particular brought to you by HKA USA, the official gloves of NFA. It's the 19th NFA live at the factory. Great night tonight, great venue, wonderful time. Everybody's having a great time. Media Outlaw handled the production. Got the Taco King running around. It's a good night.
I was excited about this card. I mean, I'm always excited about the cards, but this one I was really excited about, and thank goodness it's living up to my expectations.
Without question. Here we go. Final round.
We haven't had a single dud tonight.
This is going to put some pressure on the pros when we get to them.
It really is.
Did you just yell stop? Honestly, I want to see these two locked in a phone booth and just go.
Without question. Karagiannis.
Yes, some good connections there. Nice little 6-3.
That was a nice jab and a front kick. They both landed somehow. Oh, nice flying knee. Yeah, Ty's got some nice knees. They're powerful, even though Chris isn't letting me know that. Finally, a little bit of a slow down a bit.
A little break in the action. I feel like Crackett's going to load up and do something wild.
Hey, he was looking for it there. Connected on that too.
This needs to be a 5-rounder.
Without question. Good luck, judges.
And before we even get there, Chris, don't even ask me. I'm not.
I was going to say.
I'm not picking.
Anything you say is going to be.
I'm not picking anybody.
Oh wow!
With a bracket.
Here we go.
Big.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Your knee.
Nice little Lomachenko type shuffle there.
Without.
Ducked under, stepped around. That was nice.
We're down to the final 15. Karagiannis bracket. Gonna end with fireworks, no doubt.
All right, I got a new fight of the night. Not gonna lie to you.
That's a good sign for a fight card.
Oh, almost a spinning elbow. Not legal, but it almost happened.
Not legal. Oh, wow. Great fight. Wonderful matchup. That was huge. Wow. Both coaches very happy with their fighters. They have to be so impressed with the hard work that they just showcased.
Goodness. I'll tell you who won, the fans. I'll tell you that.
It needed to be said. Yeah. Thank you, Lance.
No, I got you.
These guys could do another 3 rounds.
That's the only prediction you're getting out of me. I'm telling you right now.
I hope they both understand how great they just looked. That was fantastic.
Both showed such toughness, skill, speed, cardio, total packages.
Let's see some highlights. We've got something here from our. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that landed. But every time Karagiannis would counter with "I'm a punching machine, here I come."
That was it. That was a little duck under there out the back. That was beautiful.
Well, and I know those at home can't hear production because we got some highlights. Some highlights. I think the whole fight was a highlight.
Without question. Wow. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what the judges thought of this one.
Oh, nice slip right there.
Look at that.
That was a nice slip.
All right, I'll ask you this. You don't have to put a choice out there. Is a draw possible with such a great fight like that?
I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but again, I'm not a judge. I don't know.
Nobody likes ties.
No one likes ties, yeah.
I think we just need to see it 2 more times, so just slow it,
slow it down. Slow it down.
Let's go, Mike. What do we have?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of amateur kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges score this bout 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Chris Karagiannis.
Wow.
That was a really good fight.
That was a great fight.
Hey, Lance, here's what you do. You message Chad, you go, man, I think you guys won. You guys want to run
it back?
Yeah,
run it back. I don't think Jamie would be opposed to it.
No, that was a great fight.
I'm mesmerized.
All joking aside, man.
Because Chris is going to be hard to match up now. So maybe you do run it back.
I think maybe you do. I really, the consistency paid off, right?
Yeah.
You had Prackett land those big shots or something that was a little bit flashy, and then you just had Karagiannis come in with the consistency of, it was like he was working a bat.
2 different styles completely. It's almost like kickboxer versus Muay Thai. It was just, yeah.
What was the scoring on that?
29-28.
Okay. 28. My goodness.
Unanimous, though. So.
Yeah. Kickbox. That was our 8th fight of the night. Up next, we've got Kendall Whited versus Luke Winston, brought to you by JC's AC. Got to be another great fight. Got to be tough to match the action, but they're going to give it a go.
Yeah,
Let's hear about Mike.
Both great fighters. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the amateur undercard main event. Now making his way to the NFA cage, Luke Winston.
So Luke Winston, he fights out of Han mixed martial arts. He keeps getting that top echelon, and he gets a little hiccup. He's wanting to go pro. He gave me a list of guys he wanted it. A lot of them turned him down. Lucky for me, Kendall's team came to me, said, "Hey, he wants another chance in MMA. He's going to go pro. We want to get him a little more experience in MMA, but we want a hard fight." Light bulb went off in my head, and I said, "All right, what about Luke Winston?" I said, "Yeah, that's perfect." I go back to him. I go back to his camp, and they go, "Ooh, yeah, let's do that." So
very nice. And Luke Winston's a guy that, from the first time I've seen him here to now, has evolved so much.
Oh, so much.
When he fought Devin Bird, that was a tough, grueling fight, and he had never quit the entire time, and it was there continuously. But his cardio was insane. He didn't back down at all. I was so impressed with that fight.
Yeah, each round he got better. It was amazing.
Another great example. 10 fights under his belt. If you were to overlook him, it would be a major mistake.
So here's one. I'm going to be honest with everybody here. So I got super excited about the fight. It's like, yes, I looked on paper. I was like an E. Because on paper, it looks bad, but I'm telling you right now, it's not. You got 6-4. Kendall's 1-4, but he's been on a run in kickboxing, which we'll talk about here in a second.
And now his opponent making his way to the red corner, Kendall Whited.
So Kendall took 2 years off from MMA because his MMA fights, he was too much focus on wrestling. So what do? Take him out, put him in where he can only strike. He's 9-1 in kickboxing with 3 belts. So
yeah,
that tells you.
He was coming up to our gym grappling at Revive.
There you go.
Here and there for matches. Adam Sala was bringing him up. So he was working on that part of his game too toward the back end. Like you said, the record 1-4. Some of those were really close fights, and a couple of them were just like some nights he was off.
Yeah.
And whenever he decided to make the pivot straight to stand up, he went on a run, like a very impressive run. He looked polished, he looked really clean, and now here he is. He's going to put it all back together. It's going to be interesting to see what he brings when he puts it all back together.
Yeah. Well, that's when we're going to see if he, this is a chance to do that, and hopefully he can.
Also, 2 weeks ago, he competed in a grappling tournament or a grappling match. So he competed recently. He's in shape, and so he had experience getting back into grappling on a platform where he was competing before this as well, which is very smart to do.
He's going to need it tonight. If I remember correctly, Luke Winston showcased a lot of catch wrestling.
Yes.
And looked very tough on the ground the last time we saw him.
Power in that right hand, good catch wrestler, decent wrestler. I mean, that's how you explain it. Kendall, great wrestler, great striker. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this matchup. Kendall looking good.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds of MMA in the NFA lightweight division, brought to you tonight by JC's AC. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, is a catch wrestler standing 5'11", weight in 157 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 6 wins, 4 defeats, with 3 wins coming by way of submission. Representing Han MMA, fighting out of Barnhart, Missouri, Luke Sub-Zero Winston. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a Muay Thai kickboxer standing 5'11", weight in 156.5 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 4 defeats. That win coming by way of submission. Representing ES MMA and Fitness, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Kendall Hollywood Whited. Referee Nadim Navalich.
We've gone over everything in the back. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. Touch gloves if you want. Let's go.
This is one, honestly, if you're a corner, you're hating, because both these guys are so deadly. Both these guys want to go pro, and they want to go pro with a statement.
Focused.
Two real athletes, man. Look at them.
I was going to say, can we talk about 15 years ago? These guys would have been fighting at middleweight.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Kendall coming out strong.
You gotta watch the back of that head, though. That was a first down.
Bad intention, those strikes.
Luke's hard to put away, though, so we'll see.
Wow.
Ooh. Luke coming back with his own counter. And a kick.
Yeah. Luke's still looking good after getting hit pretty solid a couple times.
Wow. Kendall had a good body kick there. Winston still coming forward.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah, these boys are going. This might be a quick one, but it's going to be a fun one.
Referee's on his toes.
Nice dip, but then he missed. Nice uppercut. Oh. Now they're trading. Now it's the other way. Now.
Oh! I cannot believe that connected. There's your highlight for Kendall Whited.
Oh my goodness.
Kendall Whited ends the fight.
Wow.
Spinning back fist. We're going to have to see a replay.
We got to see that again.
Unbelievable.
Got caught with his hands. Yeah, right on the button and out.
Oh,
wow.
Immediate to Luke Winston goes down. We'll see it again.
Ooh. We got some contenders for knockout of the night tonight. Holy cow.
There was some torque on that.
Yeah, it was. Luke's
Wow.
tough, and those lights were out.
Well, and you saw it too. Luke weathered the storm to open the fight, throwing his own kicks, punches, everything else.
Yeah, they traded. Like in the beginning, Luke was getting overwhelmed, and then he turned it around, had Kendall overwhelmed, and Kendall just hit that spinning out of nowhere.
Well, and Jordan, Lance told us beforehand, don't worry about these records. 1-4, 6-4. You think the 6-4 has a huge advantage. 1-4 takes it with a highlight.
Well, and if you take a guy that's been doing a bunch of kickboxing interviews or kickboxing matches and put small gloves on him, that makes it even more dangerous.
Adam, sell it.
Wow, guys.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Luke saw smiles. That's good to see, though. Holy cow.
Sell it. Sell it. I've got a replay.
Wow, guys.
I'm over here just reeling.
Ooh, my heart's beating. Holy cow.
I'm glad to see Winston up and moving, though, because that could have been bad.
Yeah, he's up and smiling, too. So because that looks rough.
Mike Kendall's got the official decision in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Nadim Navalich, calls a stop to this fight in 59 seconds of the very first round, declaring a winner by knockout, Kendall Hollywood Whited.
I am here with your winner, Kendall. Holy shit. All right, that just so everybody knows, Kendall did the same thing his last fight in Indiana, winning another state title. That's 2 back fists in a row. Please don't make this a regular thing, because it's giving me a damn heart attack, buddy. Kendall, turn around right here. Look at this screen. We do have a replay of this knockout. Talk us through it.
I mean, he pretty much did the same thing my last opponent did. Tried to come out hard and pressure me. So I circled off the cage, set it up, stepped through, same thing. Same exact way my last opponent did.
So Kendall, now you have 3 different kickboxing titles. You come in here and your goal was to go professional after this fight. I think it's safe to say you feel ready, being a natural wrestler, coming in, becoming a 3-time kickboxing champion, and then you put on a damn near flawless performance. What do you want next?
For sure want that professional level. I'm 25 now. I'm ready to start getting paid for this and getting some bonuses when I knock people out like that.
Well, I know that we all want to see it. You train at the best gym in the area. Kendall, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendall Whited.
Guys, I know my record was ugly up there, but I had to show you guys that I'm not a 1-4 fighter, and I hope you guys believe it now.
Fight interview in the cage. Holy moly, what a way to end the amateur undercard. We're going to come back here in just a few with the main event. Don't forget, we've got Irfan versus Dylan Willie, Cody McGee versus Josh Hewlett. Big fight, obviously, NFA title main event, Dakota Bush versus Scotty Stockman. There's so much to talk about that's happened so far. Jordan, I'm sure you're feeling good. Same with you, Lance. Any that immediately stick out more than what we just saw with Kendall?
Man, no, it's just kind of a blur.
Yeah, that was amazing. I did talk to Luke Winston. He's perfectly fine, just sad. I mean,
he's just hitting the button. Glad he's up and going. But that coming off of that Muay Thai fight that we had,
he felt like the corner even said, "Man, we felt like we were winning the strike until that came out of nowhere." And I was like, it was a great fight. I mean, they had nothing to be ashamed of. That was so fast. And Luke's tough, yeah. But yeah, other than that, a great night of fights so far, for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we're going to take a 10-minute intermission before we get underway with the professional portion of tonight's NFA 19. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Take this time to grab something to eat, grab something to drink. On the second floor, we have a smoking deck brought to you by Kind Goods. Thank you guys very much. As they say, smoke them if you got them, roll them if you don't. Head on up to the Kind Goods smoke deck on the second floor.
Oh, there we go. Nice right. Oh, good leg kick. I was wondering. I was thinking maybe the first leg kick would turn to. Oh, nice wrestling.
Jefferson County Boxing Gym Mateo first to go after Billy Duncan on the attempt.
Like I said, he does have a wrestling background, but he's been training at a boxing gym. But yeah, I was curious if the first leg kick. Oh, nice right. The boy's coming.
Good work by Munoz to get away from that.
Oh, he hit him on the chin. Yep. He rocked him.
He dropped just a little bit. It's a lot of energy out the gate here. It's hard to maintain that.
Looks like going for a guillotine. Oh, good knees.
Nice knee.
Nice knees.
Ooh, Munoz connected.
I don't know. I didn't see where he connected. It kind of looked like Duncan grabbed himself. Like he might have been a low blow, or he was trying to call it like a low blow.
It was a right to his chin as he was kind of down. It was kind of, maybe it was glancing more than it looked.
I was trying to look up at the cage, so I took my eyes off the monitor.
There's also a spot between the belly button and the groin you can hit that will do the same thing.
Gotcha.
It's very hard to hit, but every now and then somebody can touch it.
He's still throwing though.
Munoz throwing some good knees there in that spot.
Yeah, he's using his length really well there. Oh, nice foot stomps. I hated those as a fighter. I don't know how you feel, Jordan, but I hated them.
They're kind of useless.
Good knee. Oh, nice head kick. Duncan's tough.
Very
body
tough.
shots. There he goes. Good.
Munoz doing really well, getting away from the moment.
Oh, nice
coming
uppercut.
Back to it.
Nice uppercut there.
He's got it.
Oh,
cut.
good ankle pick. Wow.
Wow. Did not see that coming.
Now he's going to make him pay. Some good offense there by Duncan. See if Munoz can just stand back up like he did earlier. Can't quite see.
That's a long 55 seconds left with Duncan on your back.
He has to watch the neck crank, though. That's very close. I know he's looking for a rear naked, but he can't neck crank at an amateur level. Ooh. He's off to the side, though.
I don't know if Munoz knows how to defend this.
He should be fine there. He should be getting enough air from his left side.
It's more of a jaw crank there. He might just be burning his arms out. It's not comfortable.
No, he could tap from the pain for sure, but he's got 20 seconds if he can ride it out.
Munoz just needs to calm as much as he can and just breathe through this.
This makes it interesting on the judges, though.
It does. Well, and he's got back control and a hook in.
He's going to gas his arms out, though, being careful also.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I was going to say, he better throw a thumbs up if he puts his arms down.
Good job by Munoz doing that. He survived it.
Great first round of action.
Wow. That was fun.
Munoz.
A little bit of everything there, guys.
Absolutely. Lance, anything surprise you with the two competitors?
I'll be honest, I actually, even though Duncan's training at a boxing gym, his hands did look a lot better than I was expecting, if I'm going to be honest with you. I figured he'd rely a lot more on his wrestling. He had some really good, down the pipe, left and rights.
Let's see this replay from the booth. Daybreak breaking the action. Check this out.
Yep, that little sneaky uppercut.
Yeah, Munoz has been hitting that uppercut the whole first round. He had a couple of them. He dazed them at least twice.
Yeah, he picked his shots in there. He had a couple of them that just caught that chin really well. Duncan is tough. Yeah. I think Munoz probably expected more of like not a slower pace, but a more technical fight than him just kind of running at him and shooting shots like that.
Well, toughness, when you're a wrestler, toughness is kind of the key word.
The main ingredient. Yeah.
Well, and that's the speed that an actual fight will do compared to some of the training.
Right.
Your teammates don't go after you like that, and if they do, then maybe they have an issue with you.
Right, exactly. Good block. Oh, good block with a counter.
Duncan in the red corner, Munoz coming in from the blue corner.
We'll see how both men adjust. Good knees. Ooh, haymaker. He's blocking that kick pretty good. I don't blame Munoz for keep trying, though. Because shin on forearms doesn't feel good either.
It'll be interesting to see how they did score that first round, because while he had the back control and was threatening submission, he also did get technically dropped.
True.
We'll see the jiu-jitsu game with Munoz if he can get out of this.
I'd say that was smart going kind of for, not really Kimura, but locking that arm that caused him to be off balance on that shot. I feel like Duncan should almost switch up. Oh, guillotine attempt. Both men are tired, you can tell.
Absolutely.
But
Munoz does have his corner right behind him if the open flag are available.
Duncan working that back again. Both men showing a lot for being young in their career.
They really are. They're very into it. They're bringing the action, not showing any signs of nerves.
Duncan's been around the game for a while. I can tell you off of his shorts alone.
Really good balance there to stay on his feet from Munoz. That took a lot out of Duncan to do.
I got those shorts at a fighting event back when I was an amateur. So I don't know if he's borrowing them, or I do know as a kid he was around. So side note, when he was a little kid, Brian Duncan and him both, I trained as a coach, but they were little kids then.
It's a small world. We saw a couple kicks from Munoz. I would think he wants to separate and have that as an option.
Yeah.
Duncan keeps bringing the fight to him.
I agree. Duncan's best chance is being in close.
I would like to see him, when he separates, attack the legs a little bit more again. He's going for the head with those kicks. I think if he slowed down, maybe targeted that calf or that leg, it would change a little bit more of his speed.
That's a good point, Jordan, because right off the bat, he kind of crippled him with that leg kick, and he hasn't really gone back to it.
Nope. Who knows if it just landed weird, because sometimes they do, and you just don't like to go back to it. But right here, if he can keep his length.
Nice uppercut
right as
by
I say
Duncan.
that, it goes away. But when he's keeping his length, he's doing a really good job of finding spots in that shell.
I agree. It's really it's the story. That's the story there. When there's distance, Munoz is fine. Yep.
Was on the tip of my tongue saying there is a high head kick space open if he's not afraid to get taken down, but there you go.
And every time he's throwing every time he throws that head kick, he has a reaction to it.
Without question.
I got to tell you that Duncan has finished both rounds very strong.
Yeah.
And again, depends on the judge. Sometimes the judges at the end, it's how you finish.
Absolutely.
Again, should not be, but there are a lot of judges sometimes, if you finish the last 30 seconds, that's all they remember.
Duncan does have a cut on I believe his right eye, so we'll keep an eye on that in the third round. Jordan, if you are Munoz in his corner, where are you sending him out in the third round? What are you giving him as far as word of advice?
I'm telling him you almost finished it in the first round when you had some distance. Stop throwing the head kick because he's bull rushing you or shooting low, or he's timing something off of it. If you're going to throw a kick, throw it low, or bait a low kick and strike from a distance. But when he bull rushes you, try and pivot off. Easier said than done. Maybe try and time a knee on the way in, but don't let him keep you against that fence.
And no, he's not just throwing once. Munoz has almost got caught a couple of times. He'll throw a right, but then he throws another one again, and Munoz isn't quite ready for that. Because it's weird. You don't usually see right. Nope. But he's kind of throwing that. That's a couple times it's landed on Munoz. I don't know how much power but it's landing.
Tell you what, no matter the outcome of this third round, these two are going to come out of this a very, very tested 1-0 or 0-1. So a great matchup.
Well, Munoz is in shape. Look at it.
Yeah.
Mouth closed, just still breathing through his nose.
Crowd's excited. Here we go.
Yeah, a lot of good experience for both these guys, to your point.
Well, and if damage is a factor, he's damaging Duncan's face. Look at that, crisp 1-2. See, right in this range, he's doing really well.
He just has to keep it there. Now again, though, with judging, Duncan, ooh, nice. Duncan does have the takedowns. But yeah, that cheek, that orbital bone is definitely swollen. There it is. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I'm kidding. I'm like, it's there.
But the problem is, like to Jordan's point, though, the few times he's missed, he's gotten taken down. Yeah.
Without question.
Oh, that was awkward. I'm not sure if that landed.
Who hurt who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pulled up short on a knee that was going to land flush, it looked like.
Yeah, because he can't knee to the head.
Yeah, I think he caught him because
Good
Duncan
work on
ducked
him.
down.
Yeah.
And even though it's technically Duncan's fault for ducking down, you have to have control of your strikes.
Wonderful job by Munoz.
Yeah, one of the few rule difference in amateurs, other than elbows, is no knees to the head.
See, now this is Munoz's round when he can do stuff like this.
Yeah, I agree. If I'm Duncan's corner, I'm gonna tell him to try to pick up the pace.
Like to see a body shot.
Oh, nice right. Oh no, he gave that neck. He gave.
Hey, we're back. It's been one hell of a night of fights. It's NFA19 live at the factory. First time in this venue. I feel like Kind's Goods making it happen. They're getting their money's worth. The factory, the great crowd here tonight, getting their money's worth. I'm Chris Denman alongside Jordan Dowdy, Lance DeClue. Lance, real quick, you're a fighter yourself. You've trained. You've done martial arts your whole life. You get to see this on display tonight as a matchmaker. How does that make you feel?
Man, the evolution of the sport has been phenomenal. First of all. Second of all, I appreciate all the fighters making me look good.
That's what it's all about. Jordan Dowdy, how do you feel about the, well, we'll talk about that a little bit more, the last fight we just saw with Kendall Whited winning by spinning back fist. We got a big one. Cody McGahee versus Josh Hewlett, I believe. It's brought to you by the U.S. Marine Corps. Cody McGee's coming up. Jordan, what do you think?
Well, 1-0, had a TKO in
the first round in September when he made his pro debut. And then Josh Hewlett started up 0-2 and won his last fight. So you got guys looking to both kind of build off their initial momentum early in their pro careers.
10th fight of the evening. Lance, how do you feel about this? Can it live up to the unruly expectations that the first part of the card delivered?
These pros, as if it wasn't already hard to be a pro, these pros got so much pressure on them after the first part of the card. The amateurs really stepped up tonight. These two pros are both young in their career. They just turned basically pro this year. Yeah, and like you said, they want to keep that momentum going. Both are obviously top prospects. So
absolutely, it's a big one. Fight 10 of the night: Cody McGahee versus Josh Hewlett. Let's go to Mike Kendall in the cage to tell us about the Marine Corps fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the professional main card here at NFA 19. We begin tonight's event making his way to the octagon, Josh Hewlett.
Josh Hewlett coming out, looks ready, as you said, Jordan. This is the pro part of the card. It's only going to get better from here, if you can believe that, after all the energy and excitement and skill that we saw in the first part of the night. I'm excited for these last 3 pro fights, as they're going to usher us into just a wild end to the evening, I'm sure.
Well, and Hewlett here, like I said, he's won his last one, start off 0-2, so he wants to get even here. Once you get even, then you can reset and really get a hold of where your pro career is going. So he wants to really build off of that last momentum, and he's going to run into a kid here that's 1-0. It's going into his second pro fight. It's going to be one of those, we're just going to see how it's going to play out. I don't really know much about Hewlett other than he trains out of, I believe, Middle Illinois.
yeah, he's other with Seth Baszler, who does a lot of boxing and ex-teammate of mine, but he's kind of been in his own gym for quite a while now. A ton of experience, ton of the fights.
Well, again, they've got a lot to live up to. I have no doubt that they're going to bring heat. Let's hear about his opponent.
His opponent now making his way to the red corner, Cody McGahee.
So Cody McGahee was a top prospect in the amateur level. Has had 1 amateur titles out of SCMMA. And they were really excited about him going pro. Obviously, got his first one in, got the dub. And they're hoping to keep him undefeated going through this.
Yeah, and if you're a debut guy, and if you've already won your debut, you're looking for your second one. Honestly, if you see a guy that's 1-2, that's a good second fight because you're looking to continue building momentum. And you want your first couple pro fights to be a little different than your amateur fights because you're getting used to the 5-minute rounds. You're able to actually use these tools, knees and elbows, that you couldn't do at amateur. You can train those in the training room with pads, but it's not the same. So you're still kind of crafting out how you're going to be as a pro. So I like a matchup like this. If I'm McGahee and his team, I can see why they took it. You never know what you're going to get with a 1-2 guy, though. Who did he fight in his first 2 fights? He won his last one. Did he finally catch some momentum and figure some stuff out? Was he not training like he should have and found a gym? So this will be a pretty interesting matchup to see what we get.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm excited to see it. Professional part of the card kicking off. We've got this and 2 more bangers coming up.
Purple short night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the professional feature bout tonight on NFAfights.com, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the NFA lightweight division, brought to you tonight by the United States Marine Corps. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, this jiu-jitsu specialist stands 5'7", weighed in 155.3 pounds. He holds a professional record, 1 win, 2 defeats, that win coming by way of knockout. Representing 413 Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Marion, Illinois, Josh Hewlett. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 6 foot tall, weighed in 155.4 pounds. He holds a professional record, 1 win, 0 defeats, that win coming by way of knockout. Representing St. Charles MMA, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Cody McGahee. Your referee, Brandon Anderson.
All right, guys, been over the rules in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any final questions from you, Blue? Any final questions from you, Red? Touch gloves if you like. Step back. Let's do it.
Let's see what the pro side of the card brings us. If it can bring half the action we saw in the first part of the card, we're in for a treat.
And we're off. So as Jordan said, the rounds are now 5 minutes. Knees to the head are legal. Elbows are legal. Ooh, nice Superman.
Now, forgive me for not researching myself. Did either of you see the updates to the 12-6 elbows?
I'm
not professional fighter.
I have not. No,
I
don't know if
didn't set the
Missouri's-
rules
I didn't
meeting.
know if that applied.
Yeah, I don't know if Missouri's adopted those or not.
If I was to be a betting man, the refs told them to go under the old rules tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, because Missouri also didn't adopt the new weight classes either. Nice leg kick.
McGahee's doing a good job of just cutting him off and circling him. Like, he's got him in the crosshairs. He's setting things up. He hit a nice 1-2 earlier. There he goes again. Good distance management.
I like the little peppers to get him to get his arms up and then a hard body shot. Oh, nice hook.
Well, he saw him drop his hands to the body earlier when he threw a kick there. So he knows he'll drop his hands.
Taking control of the center of the cage as well.
See, watch. When McGahee throws a kick or throws a teep to the body, his hands drop.
High hands, Cody. High hands. Look 1-6. Look 1-6.
Yeah, Cody's kind of setting this pace.
And, you know, he's looking more like a polished pro here because this is what you need to do. So for having one fight, I mean, this is what you need experience for. There's got plenty of time. There's no need to rush.
Well, Hulett seems a little gun shy because even when he's throwing offense, he covers up before he even realizes if he lands or not. I wonder if Cody's going to end up trying to do like a short elbow there because he keeps using that forearm to kind of shove off. I wonder if he's going to rip an elbow. Yeah, there it is.
Good call.
Yeah, you've seen that a time or two.
Well, it's funny that when people go pro, every time you ask them, they're like, what are you excited about? They're like, throw elbows. I'm like, you remember, they come back at you, right?
Right.
It goes both ways.
Interesting position here that I did not expect to see.
Yeah, that kind of hit the ground quickly off that cock kick.
Oh. Hulett saw his opportunity and tried to take it.
I'm seeing a size differential here.
Wow,
too.
that was a punishing body lock.
Yeah, he let him get up. Yeah, it seems like the game plan with McGahee is to keep it standing, obviously.
Up against the cage, we'll see who has the advantage shortly.
He's got double underhooks on him, so he's going to be able to kind of guide him where he wants to go.
Definitely a slower pace than we've had.
I'm still catching my breath.
Oh, nice spin.
U.S. Marine Corps making this one happen.
Yeah, McGahee's just so calm, patient, making sure he stays in the center of the cage. That classic take the center of the octagon, don't give it up. It looks looking like he's starting to settle in a little bit more too.
Yeah, less of the nervous energy.
132.
Yeah, he's kind of doing a jab, jab, elbow.
Less than a minute remains. Let's see if anybody tries to put a stamp on this first round.
Good leg kick. Oh, nice catch. Shocked Hulett didn't kind of charge and try to take the back there.
Nice little counter jab there. He opened up with that lead hook, and McGahee just went right down central with a jab.
Final moments of round 1 and our professional start to the evening.
Gula hit a little nice little like short hook right there.
1 down. Close round. I think a little bit of an edge to McGahee.
Yeah, we had a little bit of everything. It did hit the ground for a second. McGahee was calm, composed. Honestly, it's one of those where it's like he's crafting where to use these tools that he can use now. He was looking for elbows, keeping good range there. He still had to keep defense up because he saw 2 Superman punches come at him. And to close the distance, those guys got to throw something heavy and come up top. And then I would classify that Hewlett technically did get a takedown when he caught a kick. It wasn't enough to steal the round from him, in my opinion. So I think we're going to see a little bit more of this here. I'm interested to see if after this first round, if McGahee opens up a bit, gets a little busier, puts a little more pop in his shots, because there he was feeling him out, reading him.
And we see that a lot with pro fights. The first round's kind of a feeling, and then the game plans really kick in after that. It does seem like McGahee, though, wants to keep it standing.
Usually see Hewlett's energy, like you said, change toward the end of that first round. See if he comes out with any sort of a step up from his first round.
Nice little counter again as he came in. He's been having success with that kick toward the end of the first round, and now here.
Got a tie up, see some cage work. Sponsorship came up a little bit there. The Jordan's part, it does look like McGahee is being a little more aggressive this time. Fence grab that wasn't seen.
Gotta watch the up kicks here. Yep. In or out. You don't want to be either or.
You say go ahead and stand back up.
Take that leg out. Take that leg out.
Oh, that is gonna do it.
Wow. Very nice.
Just like that. It was sneaky. We didn't even have time to react again.
Well, he did like a jab, elbow, and then he just came right down the pipe, and it was flush.
I'm not sure if the 2 is what dropped him or the elbow. I'd have to see how clean the elbow landed.
It was. Let's see the replay. Shout out to the production team here.
There's that elbow. The elbow missed.
It was the 2.
It was the
It was right down the
right
middle.
down the pipe.
Right between the arms.
He covered up for that elbow, and then yep, heat seeker right there.
Wow, that was really good placement there by McGahee. And you know, he didn't really have to open up and make it a grind. I mean, he just kind of went at his own pace, and this was probably how he envisioned it ending as soon as he got a good read on him. So found his moment.
Perfect game plan.
Fighters embrace. Great start to the pro start of the card. Getting a finish here again. We've got 2 left. Big ones with the co-main and the NFA title main event with Dakota Bush versus Scotty Stockman. Whew. Gentlemen, I'm digging this night of fights at the factory.
I have a feeling the next one's going to be a pace changer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Brandon Anderson, called the stop to this fight 52 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Cody McGahee.
Really good job there by McGahee.
Yeah,
he's
good second fight. Yeah.
2-0. It's where you want to be. You look for, progressively a little bit something more challenging next time to grow you, but he looked patient, he looked good in there, and he got cage time. Could he have probably opened up and maybe put him away earlier? Very likely, I think he could have, skill set wise, but also why not just season the meat a little bit, get a little bit more cage time in. I really like that he wasn't in a hurry. That shows a lot of polish.
I agree, because as a young pro, you can get overzealous and end up getting yourself caught.
Without question, we're moving on to our co-main event, Irfan versus Dylan Willie. It's brought to you by Unrivaled Realty. Whew, here we go. Mike Kendall, get us there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for our co-main event of the evening here at NFA19. Now, making his way to the cage, Dylan Wiley.
Dylan Wiley, it is. Coming out for the co-main event. It's a big one, people. Second pro fight of the evening. A lot to live up to. We know what's going to happen. Lance, how do you feel?
I'm excited about this fight. Wiley's a killer. Irfan's a killer. So, I mean, I don't know how else to describe him. Irfan did miss weight yesterday, so Wiley said he was going to take it out on him, so let's see if that happens.
Jordan, what are your thoughts on missing weight in a professional fight?
Sometimes those things happen. I mean, it could be sickness. You could have some kind of infection. You don't know it. You're just training through it, get to the fight. And some people just, especially if they've had a layoff, they don't realize that their body doesn't cut the same way. And so they just mistime it. It's hard to know without any of the obstacles they're going through.
And Irfan was very respectful. So for the fans that don't know, when this happens, you got to renegotiate. Wiley's camp asked for something. Irfan gave them more as an apology.
Yep.
His opponent now making his way to the NFA cage, Irfan Mulavatinovich.
He said he felt terrible, so he's like, he gave him more than they asked for. So,
gotta dig the respect. Irfan coming out.
And I've seen Irfan fight multiple times, and like I said, he's a grinder. He's a dog. Wiley's a dog. It's gonna be. I'd be shocked if it's not a dog fight.
Well, solid jiu-jitsu, solid stand-up, and he's tough and gritty. And everybody that's trained under him is the same way, too. Yeah. And he competes with a lot of honor, too. I remember there was a fight he had with someone else from the area, and it didn't go very well results-wise because of some iffy circumstances. His crowd was acting up, and he told them to shut up, and they all did immediately. It was kind of crazy.
Big respect to that.
Yeah, you could tell he's like the leader of that group, and they definitely respect him.
And he's, like to your point too, dealing with them, it's a very respectful, but he still has that demeanor about him, kind of like you said. You know he could flip the switch if he has to.
I'm guessing if you're from Cedar Rapids, it is Willie. I'm guessing if you're from Cedar Rapids, you've wrestled a couple times too, so maybe we'll see that.
Yeah, I know we've called him Willie and Wiley, so now we know it's Willie.
He's a Wiley fighter with the last name of Willie, and we throw it up to Mike Kendall.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the NFA lightweight division, brought to you tonight by Unrivaled Realty, Brad Carey Realtor. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner is a freestyle fighter, standing 5'8", weighed in 155.3 pounds. He holds a professional record, 2 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of submission. Representing Revolution Martial Arts, fighting out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Dylan Ace Willie. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist, standing 6 foot tall, weighed in 160.2 pounds. He holds a professional record, 2 wins, 2 defeats, with both of those wins coming by way of submission. Representing Absolute Martial Arts, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, by way of Bosnia, Irfan Mulavatinovich. Your referees, Nadim Navalic.
We will know everything in the back. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. Touch gloves if you want. Back it up.
Big height advantage for Irfan. We'll see how it shakes out in our co-main event.
Well, look at those tree trunks, though.
I'm thinking we might see some wrestling. I have a wild thought.
Wide stance by Irfan. Ooh, head kick caught him. He rocked him a bit. Ooh, down the pipe.
He landed that counter too twice.
Willie pulled guard a bit there.
The kicks are aplenty.
Wow, Irfan just slipped that. Oh, he's looking smooth out the gate.
I mean, Irfan's always been well-rounded, but this striking's looking really crisp right now.
And it's affecting the fight already.
Yeah, he's connecting. And they're odd throws. Like he's coming from low. Yeah. Oh, nice knee to the head. That hurt him.
Willie doing his best to defend. Got an arm.
Nice knee. Wants to get a hook in here. Yep, there he is. He's got it.
It's one of these you got to be careful if you're Irfan. You want to keep the pressure on so he doesn't recover, but you also don't want to make a mistake.
Part of me, you all know Irfan's game much better than I. A part of me wanted him to let him stand and back up.
Irfan does. I mean, Irfan does like the ground. That's why usually when he's in a dogfight, he'll take it to the ground.
Well, he's flattening him out. Jordan, what are we looking for here?
I think he's okay right now. I'm not Jordan, but
Lance,
it looks like Okay, now it's in. Now it's in.
That'll do it.
Irfan. Irfan.
Wow. Huge submission victory. Quickly. And we'll hear from him here in just a second. The co-main event winner.
Welcome back to the NFA, Irfan.
That's the most impressive I've seen him.
Yeah, his striking looked amazing, and
he was just kind of floating backwards and countering. It was, man, that was good.
Well, and I joked that Willie's from Iowa, and you might see some wrestling. Immediately, we saw pop, and he was looking for a leg. Yeah. Let's see a replay. Very impressive win by Irfan. Takes the back, locks it in.
Yeah, Willie was doing a good job of defending, and then when Irfan rolled it over, he kind of fell right into it completely.
And Sella will have that replay as well with our winner Irfan in the co-main event of NFA19 right here at the factory. Whew. Jordan Dowdy, Lance DeClue, not a bad night of fights. And Irfan's got a coach. Don't hurt your neck, please. Or his. Okay. And there goes an ACL.
Well, I blame that on the coach. Coach should have hooked the underhook since we wouldn't have.
Let's break that down.
You can't just wide leg when someone's putting you on their shoulders.
Irfan's excited. We're excited. Jordan Dowdy, Chris Denman, Lance DeClue. Let's throw it to Mike Kendall in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Nadim Navalic calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute 56 seconds into the first round, declaring a winner by tap out in a rear naked choke, Irfan Mulabatinovic.
Adam Selleck going to do a little in cage. Here he
Here's
is.
your winner, Irfan. Irfan, you came in here against an undefeated fighter. It's been a little bit of a layoff for you. How do you feel after this win?
I just want to apologize for missing weight. Had a couple of health issues in the morning. Dylan's a badass for taking this fight. Marlene, I want to give him 50% of my win and my show money for taking this fight.
That's pretty stand-up of you. We'll get the weight things under control. Next time will be no problem. But you came out here, you look good with the stand-up. Ultimately, the ground game is what got it for you. Is this a strong suit of you, something you've been training for this entire camp?
Well, last camp, I actually trained in Michigan under Marcelo Garcia's gym. A lot of wrestlers, so I got a lot of work in there. Came back here, implemented kind of the same strategy with my team at Absolute. Big shout out to Eric, Gabe, and Tony, and Keith Brock from Absolute Martial Arts.
Yeah, we saw your groundwork on display. I think we have a little bit of a replay here of how you got this rear naked choke. Talk us through this.
I was just listening to Eric. I wanted to just keep hitting him, but he was like flattening him out, and I'm like, okay, coach, whatever you say. And then eventually, it worked out. I was scared as shit. Wow.
Well, you can be scared all you want. You came out with the win. Another win on your record. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Irfan.
Living up to the hype, Irfan, the local favorite, gets the finish. Guys, it's time. NFA title main event, Dakota Bush versus Scotty Stockman. Again, Scotty Stockman comes in. He had a boxing match last week, a child this week. Will he get a victory over Dakota Bush, the hometown champion, tonight? Lance DeClue.
I don't. It's a perfect storm for him because he's in shape. Dakota was probably training for a different style.
With Daryl Horcher having to bow out.
Absolutely. So, I mean, but it can go either way too. Either we're at the top echelon, so it could go either way. Because Scotty didn't really get to train for Dakota either. So
absolutely. And also, I'm going to correct myself. Earlier I said EJ Gaines. That was a former cornerback from Mizzou. EJ Brooks from Mizzou, I believe at one point wrestled there. lost to Daryl Horcher. Wanted to correct that on myself. Either way, big main event, Dakota Bush versus Scotty Stockman. You love to see the experience that Scotty brings to the table, even short notice, Jordan.
Yeah, and he had a boxing match last week here, so he was already in shape. But as I look at the strength of schedule that he has of his opponents, I'm going to have to lean toward the hometown guy having the edge.
We'll see what happens. We'll throw it up to Mike Kendall in the cage to get us for NFA19 main event live at the Factory. St. Louis fight till Friday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, now making his way to the NFA cage, the challenger, Scotty Stockman.
Scotty coming right out here.
I was going to say, his pace didn't match the tune that he comes out to. He's ready.
I think he's excited because, to Jordan's point, this is a big fight for him. You know, he hasn't had quite the challenge that Dakota brings, but this is his opportunity. This is his chance to take an ex-UFC fighter, a UFC vet who's knocking on the door, getting back in the UFC, and making a statement to get himself in that position.
He really got nothing to lose, and he was in shape. He had a fight last month, and he had a boxing match shortly afterwards. So he stayed in shape, and if he's actually out of the Rufus sport, I'm sure they keep them in shape all the time.
Yeah.
Took it on short notice, made the weight, showed up. I mean, you're kind of playing with house money here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens whenever Dakota Bush enters, but big time. It's the main event. Here's the second half of that main event.
Now making his way to the NFA cage, the champion, Dakota Bush.
You can tell he's a hometown hero.
I think we're running out of stuff to say about him.
I mean, really. And he's brought heat every time. Again,
yes.
I don't care if it's NFA, UFC, anything. Yeah, 5-fight UFC streak. He's fighting locally isn't always easy.
No.
He's got to get tickets. He's got to deal with people. He's got friends wanting to see him fight, people messaging him. All these things that distract him from being the fighter that he can be. So I commend him for always bringing
a perfect
heat.
example, and Jordan would know this better than me. Sean Woodson was so excited to have a UFC fight in his hometown, and he said he doesn't know if he'd ever want to do it again because of all the pressure that's on you.
Yeah, it definitely does do that. And one thing he says is that he doesn't miss selling tickets at all. So to be back locally selling tickets, I know he's ready to go back to the UFC for multiple reasons. Obviously, that's one of them too. And he deserves it. He's on a 5-fight win streak. I thought he put an exclamation point on that last time. I don't know what's going on with these matchmakers right now. But
so if he gets that short notice call, that might be what it takes to get him back there.
And we see his corner. We just saw Grant make waves with his post-fight at the last UFC fight night. I believe he called out his wife and made some highlights. We'll see if Dakota can do the same tonight.
Well, I interviewed him on the red carpet too, and he kind of made a couple statements that some of these older guys that's move up a weight class needs to get out of the rankings and get out of his way, basically.
Yeah,
so
can't disagree with that.
Confidence from Dakota Bush, not surprised.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NFA19 main event of the evening. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds for the NFA Lightweight Championship, brought to you tonight by Kind Goods. And now, for all those watching on NFAfights.com and for those in attendance here in Chesterfield, Missouri, are you ready for war? Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the challenger is an American stand-up style fighter standing 5'10", weight in 155.5 pounds. He holds a professional record, 10 wins, 5 defeats, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing South Oregon Sport Fighting, fighting out of Medford, Oregon, Scotty Stockman. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'10", weighing in 156 pounds. He holds a professional record, 13 wins, 4 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout and 6 wins by way of submission. representing American Top Team and the Smith Pit, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Cuba, Missouri. He is the reigning, defending NFA lightweight world champion, Dakota Harry Bush. Your referee in charge of the main event, Josh Stewart.
Gentlemen, we've been over the expectations. Listen for any instructions and protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch them, let's do it now. Let's have a fight.
Hey, good feet early.
Josh Stewart has him ready. Main event, NFA19. About to be underway.
Here we go, boys. Woo.
Good feet, lead hand. Good feet, lead hand. Nice.
Here, a pin drop.
Nice leg kick.
Oh,
no to answer back. Oh. Testing him out a bit, see if he flinches on anything. We've seen Dakota do this before.
He's doing a good job of just kind of cutting him off and corralling him here, putting his back against the fence like this.
Oh, nice. He caught him in the air.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that.
I think he was going for a Superman. Got his legs chopped. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah.
And they're walking him to his corner.
Yeah, that's experience and that's wisdom there.
In the past, we've seen some vicious ground and pound from Dakota.
Gotta get the hand on the bicep first. Yep, there you go. Just like that, that's fine. Good touch, good touch. Nice touch.
This guy just kind of making sure he's defending right now. Good pressure on that jawline again.
Yep, and plenty of time to work here. Body, head.
The patience from the corner as well. Like, let's give some shout.
Now he can take the back from that.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking for the kill right now.
If they get behind both arms, they're going to take your back, especially at this level.
Oh, that's in. That's in.
Guys.
That's in.
That'll
He's
do
tapping.
it. That
He's
was
tapping.
a tap.
He's tapping.
That was a tap.
Yep.
It's over. Main event finish. Dakota Bush. Dana White, where are you? Sean Shelby. Folks, Hunter. Where's Hunter?
Wow.
Dakota Bush. We'll hear from our winner, Dakota Bush. We've had such a big night of finishes and back and forth. You have to appreciate two pros going at it and getting a quick finish. Again, Dakota Bush, quick night at the office, very important for his career and moving forward.
And I know right now what Dakota's doing is he's thanking him because, again, he took that the night before weigh-ins, signed the contract that night, flew that night, made weight for this fight to happen. So you know Dakota, because Dakota had a wasted camp otherwise.
Yeah, that's the second biggest fan right there is that guy. Because, you don't want a camp to go to waste, especially the camp he's at, like the money you put into it for the level you're at and where you're trying to go and training partners and the coaching. It's, just hit the reset button to do it. You hope to catch something free or something like close by that date that fell apart, but it doesn't always happen.
Yeah, and Scotty Stockman, again, shout out to his family. Just had a brand new kid this week. Again, he fought last week. Guys,
I'm not sure if they've had it yet or they're expecting. I think he's expecting.
Thought he got the news.
But, yeah, early congratulations to them, obviously.
Main event winner. Let's hear it from Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, calls a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 37 seconds in the first round, declaring your winner by tap out in a rear naked choke and still NFA lightweight world champion, Dakota Harry Bush.
Let's give it up for Scotty Stockman real quick, guys. He took this fight on like 2 days' notice. He essentially saved the main event, stepped up, took the fight. So let's give Scotty a big round of applause.
Yeah, hands up, man.
I'm here with your winner, Dakota Bush. Dakota, another impressive performance. Now, like we just said, give Scotty his credit. To sign up to fight you with an 8 or 12-week camp is tough anyways. But to do it on 48 hours notice, that's insane.
Yeah, man, everyone in this room, give that man a round of applause. I mean, the balls and courage that man displayed, and as a Christian to Christian, man, God bless him, and I'm so grateful to share the cage with him.
Now, Dakota, down to business. You came in here, you had a full camp, you were totally prepared. With the change of opponent, does that change your game plan, or do you keep everything the same?
No, man. Like I said, I train with the best guys in the world. American Top Team is the best gym in the world. We have the best coaches, best training partners, and I'm one of the best guys in the room. I'm climbing. Like Mike Brown just told Grant the other day, I went from training partner to contender in the UFC, and I will be there. And it don't matter who you put in front of me. I'm going to keep knocking them down. I am built for the UFC, and I will be back in the UFC.
Absolutely, Dakota. We all think you will be as well. You talk about your team. You've got Grant Dawson here. Grant is I've got to train with him. He hit me more times in one round than anyone I've ever met in my life. And he fought at 145 at that time. That was not fun. So to hear you're advancing with guys like that, Dustin Poirier, Mike Brown, these guys, we all know what should be next for you. So make that call out.
Yeah, you know, I want to be in the UFC. Dana, Sean, Mick, give me my second chance. I signed up short notice. You know, I fought Austin Hubbard on 5 days' notice, cut 30 pounds, took him to decision. Second fight, I got caught with the body shot. That's the fight game. That's why we love it. Ultimate Fighter, I didn't get my fair shake. Put me back in. I'm on a 6-fight winning streak, and I am built for this shit. Let's go. 2 finishes in a row. Let's go. American Top Team, baby. I love all you guys. Everyone down there, Dan Lambert, Saman. And last thing, I want to say this, get it off my chest. I said this the whole camp. I was going to retire Daryl Horcher, but I didn't even have to throw a punch to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Dakota Bush.
An unbelievable. Mike, we'll take it to Mike back in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here at NFA19. Thank you all very much for coming out. Make sure you follow Nemesis Fighting Alliance on all social media outlets to find out what is next. Ladies and gentlemen, from all of us here at NFA, we wish you a good night. Drive safe, buckle up. We'll see you next time. Huge shout out to Kind Goods for making tonight's event possible. We appreciate you guys. Kind Goods, if you haven't had a chance to check them out, make sure you do.
Kind Goods did make it possible tonight. NFA20 just around the corner. Keep an eye out, NFAfights.com. Guys, quickly, let's sum it up. Jordan Dowdy, how do you feel about tonight's event?
Tonight's card was great, and I honestly think Dakota, if he had the chance, if it was a different fighter that didn't take on short notice, he probably would have gone for a highlight finish once he got the back and just tried to really punish him. But he did the good thing. You know, he did right by that guy, because I think he could have made it a lot uglier. But he didn't need to. But Irfan looked great. Cody McGehee looked great. The card top to bottom delivered to me. There wasn't one dud in here.
Unbelievable. Lance?
Like I said, I thank you to all the fighters for making me look good. I mean, the amateurs stepped up, and a lot of fight of the night contenders. We have a couple knockout contenders, a couple submission contenders. The pros did their thing. We ended on a happy, if you're local, we ended on a happy note. If you're Scotty or his fans, unfortunately not. But again, thank you to Scotty for stepping up and saving that main event. And congratulations to him and his wife when they have the baby. So yeah, no, I'm very happy with the card, very happy with a lot of the fighters. We'll see where we go from here.
Unbelievable. Shout out to the Factory for hosting us tonight, our production team, Media Outlaws, all the hardworking people, the cage side doctors, everyone pulled their weight tonight. For Jordan Dowdy, Lance DeClue, and everyone at NFA19, we look forward to seeing you at NFA20 in 2025. Keep an eye out. Follow us all on Instagram, Facebook, all the good stuff. Thank you to Kind Goods for making it happen. We are out.